Watch it.
By the way, let's just do this. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Water Tower podcast. This is Jay Yoder and Nick Milan. And we recorded an episode that was supposed to be released this morning, and we fucked up the video and the audio. We're all fucked up. So here we are. We're doing a live YouTube. We got just us. We got no participants. Sweet. Hit the subscribe below. Check out our Patreon. Yeah, let's just get to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, shit happens, man. And when it comes to technology and, getting into all this shit, Rodecaster Pro, the Sony camera and all the other equipment we have, it's definitely a learning process. And, it hurts, but we're learning.
Yeah. So fuck all that bullshit. We were just talking about you've never seen what's on my T-shirt. Mm-hmm. Very proud of this T-shirt, although it shows all my roles. Is the the good, the bad, and the ugly with Clint Eastwood. It's a classic. It's fucking. It's where that song comes from. That legendary song.
Which one?
Doo-loo-loo. Doo-doo.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
And it's these three motherfuckers and they're three dogs, and they come. One's the good, one's the bad, and the ugly. That's like the whole point. And sometimes they're working together, sometimes they're forcing each other to work together. It's fucking good. It's just a great plot story, and it's long as fuck, and it has like the Civil War sprinkled into it. It fucking it has it's just interesting.
So give me the premise. What is it? Are they outlaws? Are they sheriffs? Or are they just normal folk?
So they're all fucking got their own desires. So what happens is, it's been forever, but Tuco is the Mexican dude down here. He's the ugly. And then Clint Eastwood's the good, obviously, right? The star. Right. They work together, and Tuco is like a criminal that gets caught in these little western towns, and there's like a dead or alive award on him. And so they hang, Clint Eastwood captures him, but they're buddies, and turns him into these towns, and then they collect the money. And then as he's about to get hanged, Clint Eastwood shoots the rope and then goes saves him. Like runs in real quick, throws him on a horse, and they jet the fuck out of the town. Where everyone's like, what the fuck happened? And so that's how they make their money. So, but they have a disagreement because I think Tuco's like, I'm doing all the fucking risk. I want more money. And he's, then Clint Eastwood barely talks in the movie. It's just a classic no talking like star. And he's just like, oh, you're getting greedy and you shouldn't get greedy, And so I think he leaves him to die. Clint Eastwood leaves him to die at one of the towns. I don't know. I'm probably fucking this up. But anyways, so they have a problem. And then Tuco fucking catches him in another town and catches up to him, and then fucking he becomes Tuco's prisoner, and Tuco's like walking him through the fucking desert on a horse while he's on the ground fucking dying of thirst, and he's like drinking water and just talking shit to him. And then he basically leaves Clint Eastwood to die in the desert, but then they see a Union horse and carriage like kind of like just stranded. Like, what the fuck? So they go over. I can't believe I'm telling the plot. It's a long story. But anyways, they go over and they find a Union soldier that
You're going to have to wait until it's my turn to talk, Jay. Or I'll just talk right now. It's just so I got to watch this fucking movie.
It's interesting. Yeah, there's a hidden treasure, basically. The Union soldier tells Clint Eastwood while Clint Eastwood's about to die where it's in a grave site in this town.
And the treasure?
The treasure's in the name of a grave, and he tells Clint Eastwood the name, so now Tuco has to keep him alive because he wants a fucking treasure. So he's acting like kissing his ass too. And then this third guy's like a corrupt sheriff type guy, and he hears about it too just through, I guess, the Union soldiers. So then he's hunting these two while they're in front of him trying to find the treasure. And they all three meet at the end where they know the treasure is. And there's what do they call it, the Mexican... Standoff. Okay. There's all three of them like this. And it's a fucking great movie, dude. It's fucking great. It's just like backstabbing and fucking. It's one of the best westerns.
Did you watch it on VHS?
Probably back in the day. I used to have the DVD when I lived in Oceanside. I rented a little room out of this house where everyone rents rooms, and I would go to Ralph's. I was broke as fuck, and I'd go to Ralph's because if you had a Ralph's card, you get like I'll just get Pop-Tarts and soda. That was like how I lived in college, and frozen pizzas. And I remember I went through a DVD section. I was like, oh, I got to get this. And I had that DVD forever, just rewatch it. But it's been a while. I think I watched it like a month ago, and then before that, it's been years.
Well, I'm going to have to check it out, Jay. Is it any like Tombstone? You've seen Tombstone, right? Mm-hmm. Anything like that?
It's older and different. So you know about spaghetti westerns?
Not really, no.
Spaghetti westerns, like The Good, the Bad, the Ugly is like part of there's like 3 or 4 movies that connect. All these movies connect spaghetti. Right. And they were also shot in Italy, which most people,
really?
It's a fun fact. Yeah, you could actually go to some of these locations now. They're stranded, but they would build these sets in Italy because it's cheaper to shoot over there, or who knows. But, I mean, someone knows, I don't. But. Yeah, fucking kick-ass movie. There's a bunch of good. Clint Eastwood movies are good. He's a badass director now. And
dude, I gotta say, Tombstone was one of my favorites. I mean, that movie was badass, dude. Doc Holliday.
I was thinking because your daughter did we probably mentioned it before, a book report on Doc Holliday.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was watching because I like to waste time. I just get weird shit at 1 a.m. But I was watching old historic photos. And they're just from like the 1800s, 1900s, and they just play music and show these old photos.
Okay.
They might have a description. I don't know, I just think it's cool. And they said like the most famous picture ever or something, and it was like in Montana somewhere, and it was Doc Holliday, Jesse James, Wyatt Earp, like all these fucking guys somehow got together and took a photo, and then it had Teddy Roosevelt in it.
Oh shit!
I don't know if it's true. I was like, Teddy Roosevelt, these motherfuckers, but Teddy was known to want to rough it, even though he's kind of a rich kid. And so I was like, fuck, imagine that saloon, But I think some of them didn't drink. Some were more sheriff types, but
okay, right.
Fucking badass,
Dude, that's fucking historic, man. You know what? Interesting character that motherfucker was. Well, all of them, really. And yeah, right. And all based on real characters, right? I mean, Wyatt Earp and
Jesse James.
Yeah, right.
It's like I don't know. Fucking old westerns are fucking. I like old. Like one of my favorite movies is called Jeremiah Johnson. Fuck, who is the actor in that? Who's the actor? Tell us. Robert Redford.
You got the hell out of me, Jay. I don't know.
I think it was Bill Clinton. No. Robert Redford and, Jeremiah Johnson. And so it's after the Spanish War. He's like a soldier for the American side against the Spanish. And he's just like fucking done with society and war. Like he can tell he's just like, fuck it. So he goes up in the mountains where there's trappers back in the day and just lives by himself. And he comes across people here and there. And fucking one of my favorite, Jeremiah Johnson. It's kind of exaggerated, but it's a real character, but kind of one of those like tall tales, like how much is truth, how much is fiction. But he lives out there. He has run-ins with Native Americans. He ends up marrying a Native American lady. The chief gave her, anyways, some fucking white people come up, some soldiers, society comes and finds him and says like, hey, there's some people, the Donahers or someone are stranded, down her pass. I don't know if that's it, but some people are stranded and we need to go find them. And the quickest way to go through a Native American gravesite. And Jeremiah's like, fuck, you can't go through here. Like, that's total disrespect. You can't go through here, dude. Like, trust me, do you want this shit? And like, don't be a pussy. Like, you've been up here too long. Superstitions got to you. So they cross it. And the tribe gets pissed. So the Union soldiers leave. And by the time Jeremiah Johnson gets back to his wife and son, they're slaughtered.
Oh,
the Native Americans came and slaughtered his wife and son. And from there on out, his log cabin was destroyed. He just treks, treks. And the group of the tribe, whatever tribe it was, they believe to be a man. You send one at a time to kill him. You don't send the whole tribe to kill him. You send one at a time. So they send one, and when he doesn't return, they send another. And when that one doesn't return, so he's just chilling and gets attacked left and right just randomly throughout the rest of his life.
Shit.
Yeah, but he's like a badass. Who knows? That's probably but he like kills a bunch of them. But like eventually, I think he just like gives up or something. I don't know. It's like crazy stories, man.
That is nuts.
Mountain Men.
Got some cool movies, Jay.
Dude, go old school movies are the shit. There's still some even older I want to check out. I got a list I need to check out.
You know who also went away from society? Nacho Libre. Remember that?
Colby believes the tribe was the Crow. I believe it was the Crow, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. I try to look up the real stuff. Anyways, what movie? Thanks, Colby.
Yeah, Nacho Libre.
Oh, yeah, I love Nacho Libre.
Remember when he goes out to the wilderness to die?
Yeah. And they're like waving at him.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
It's great. I get to spend the rest of my life alone in bed forever. It's wonderful.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. I love fucking Nacho Libre, dude.
Go, read some books.
Sometimes a man wears stretchy pants.
Just for fun.
I like it. Get that corn out of my face. Sometimes my girlfriend would just come with me with like an ice cream or something, and I gotta do it. I gotta slap it out of her hand. Like, get that corn out of my face. And sometimes she's like, I don't get it. And I was like, sorry, I'm an asshole.
So she doesn't give you that Escalator face?
No,
He's like,
she just looks at me like, she laughs because I do such ridiculous shit. Like she'll be in the bathtub and I'll just walk in full clothes, full shoes, and just jump in. Like make some room, get over. And I have like a coffee or something.
No, that does not surprise me, Jay.
I'll do anything for a laugh. I don't get,
You're a true comedian, Jay.
No, I'm not. That's a problem. I'm like, I like the shotgun effect. You throw a 1,000 horrible jokes and maybe one lands. It's worth it to me.
Hey, that's what marketing's all about, right?
Me and my girlfriend have this new thing. I like it. It's called, like we were super bored of COVID, the fires. Like I was like, I need to get the fuck out of this house. So every time I went outside, I was like, fuck this. And it'll be like, okay, let's like set up a joke and you have to think on the fly. So it'll be like, the plant walked into the room and said, and then we both like pause and like, yeah. So it just, I don't know, it's fun.
Dude, that's badass. You're so creative, Jay.
The plant walked into the room and said, I soiled myself. I got drunk at the bar and soiled myself. You know, just whatever comes to your head. You just like hurry up and make something up, you know.
Dude, I'm not that creative, Jay. Good for you. That's awesome.
I don't know what it does, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, you know what? Speaking of which, man, I know COVID, I mean, obviously threw a wrench in it for us, threw a wrench in it for everybody. But, dude, you took me to a fucking stand-up place here in town, here in Sac, as soon as you moved in.
Yeah, the comedy spot.
The comedy spot, right.
Sacramento comedy spot. I miss you.
And, man, you were making plans to get on stage, man.
Yeah, well, ever since I did Kill Tony, I've just been writing, and I was writing way before that. Like, it's always like a dark secret dream. You're like, kind of like, man, this is ballsy and like, fuck, and then I'm just being lazy on it. But I did Kill Tony. I was like, hey, sold out crowd 300 first time. Not bad. Most people start in the fucking 2 people drunk. Right. So did you go when we went to the open mics? Like my plan was to get comfortable, meet some of the comedians. And
I went once with you.
Yeah. Did you see when you went? Were there drunk people? That might have been when I took Gina or another buddy.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think there were drunk people when I was there.
Okay, they're like the worst because they just ruin it.
In the audience or
in the audience? Because someone will try to set up a joke like Black Lives Matter, and they're setting up for something funny, and then someone will be like, what's wrong with Black Lives Matter? It's like, you just ruined it. I'm like getting to the punchline.
Right.
You know, it's not a political statement here.
And you know what? They're super close there. It's like the audience is right in front of the stage. So even like a simple whisper probably.
Yeah, and it's quiet in there, but it's cool because someone was doing that once, and then the next comedian came out, was doing it to air. It was a drunk fat chick, and she was just like, drunk, having a good time, you know, and if you've never been to a comedy show, you think like, oh, this is fun. Oh, I had that experience once. And then you try to throw in your punchlines, and it's just like, dude, sign up.
Yeah,
like, this is an art form trying to be worked out here. And then that one comedian went off and just went off on this bitch. Like, oh, and she was like a big fat white chick with like a gangster black dude. And then like this black dude came on after she was just talking to everyone set and was like, oh, we be drinking over there, are we? And I was like, oh, yes. I was sitting right behind her, and I was like, yes, because she was pissing me off. And then he was just like, went off on her, and she eventually got up and walked away.
Now, Reggie, gonna talk about your mama. Come on.
I don't know.
Nutty Professor.
Wow, dude, I haven't seen that probably since it came out.
Remember when Dave Chappelle's on the stage and
when he's kind of he's got the big hat.
Yeah. Right.
I've seen that clip a lot because I just love Dave Chappelle.
Oh, that was fucking good, dude. Eddie Murphy and Dave Chappelle. That was fucking awesome.
I always wondered. Do you know Eric Griffin?
Yeah.
He used to be my favorite comic. I don't know where he's at now. I hear he still does stuff, but I just liked how real he was, and I liked his movies. But I think Dave Chappelle might have been acting like him because apparently Eric Griffin used to go to the Comedy Store like fucked up or just like in whatever.
Really?
And like bump, you know, because you could bump people if you're more popular, and would just do like 3 hours. Oh, shit. Just ad-libbing. And all the other comics would just be like, fuck.
That's crazy. I wonder if that is true.
If you have the power, you have the power, man.
Hey, but you know, going back to doing that small scale stuff, like you were talking about the audience and stuff, it's probably stuff that, I mean, you got to have thick skin in the game, right? And I mean, this is all practice, right? So.
Yeah, and I always talk about poetry. I mean, fucking comedy is great. Comedy is like religion to me anyways. It's like the last truth. Like no one, like if someone fucks with comedy, I like let's get a gun and let's go in the streets. Like that's what would take it for me because like it's so honest and real. Any race could get up and say where the fuck they want. Now I'm sure, I know back in the 80s you had to be clean or this, but it goes back to Lenny Bruce. Back in the 40s and 50s, just get arrested for the shit he would say, you know?
Really?
And and then Don Rickles after him, and it just goes. But it's where you could have, I don't know, you could have these multi-races sit at the table and make fun of each other's race. And no one's crying, no one's like getting shot by a cop, no one's robbing. It's just like a fucking, like it's jokes, it's words.
It's words. That's exactly what was going through my mind when you were saying that. They're just words, man.
Yeah, and you know the Comedy Store in LA?
Yeah, right.
Well, there's the Comedy Spot. Is it also, no, the Cellar, I'm fucking blanking. The Cellar in New York, I believe it's called. That's the Comedy Store in New York.
Okay.
It's not as old, but it's got a lot of history. Like Louis C.K. came, all the New York, Chris Rock, like the New York comics that are a little more hardcore than the L.A. guys, in my opinion. So in the 90s and early 2000s, there was like Bill Burr was there, Patrice, and others I'm blanking on, but they would... there was this table where they would reserve it for the comics to eat dinner, you know, whatever.
Right.
And only they could sit there. And they would bust each other's fucking balls. It was ravaged, dude. And Bill Burr talks about this, that like he'd be killing it. And when you get invited, it's like, oh shit, I'm part of the group as a young comic. And then they make fun of you. And you're like, cool, you know. And then you get good and you start coming back at them and they respect you. And then you know, and then it's like all on. But Bill Burr said there was one night he was killing it. Fucking just making fun of everyone left and right, like feeling good about himself, and then all of a sudden the door opens, and who walks in? Patrice motherfucking O'Neal. Now, Patrice O'Neal to me is one of the greatest comics ever that you don't know about, right? Most people know him in the comic world, but he's dead now. But Patrice was the most savage of them all. He said once Patrice sat down, it just became the Patrice show. Like he owned everybody. Have you checked him out yet? I've talked about him a lot.
Yeah. You've mentioned him a couple times, and I watched a couple of his videos.
Oh yeah, he fights with feminists. He'll call couples out in the audience and make them feel uncomfortable as fuck. But everything he's saying is true.
Well, and that's what you gotta love about it, right? It's like they are words, but they're true words, mostly, right? I mean, of course, comics, you know, it's a script, but especially like Chris Rock. I always go back to Chris Rock because that's who I listen to the most. I just love what he says because he's taking real-world issues and just making them funny. Yeah. But it's like you learn and you laugh at the same time, right? He's like, oh, shit, that was funny, but damn, that's so fucking true, you know?
When you said you like Chris Rock and you mentioned him a couple times, I'm like, that fits, you know? Like, of course Nick likes Chris Rock. That's like a Chris Rock fan right there. You know, like, I don't know, like, everyone has their own taste. But, yeah, I like Chris Rock a lot. He was definitely out there. He introduced what album he had a weird, I was like on Roll Star Hip Hop. It was Busta Rhymes' second part to an album he released a long time ago. Busta Rhymes released an album, and they had, like, Chris Rock just, like, repeat a saying over and over on, like, a minute clip. I didn't get it. I was just like...
Huh. I don't know.
He just said the name over and over. I don't know if it's just to promote
him
or
bell,
what.
though. I don't know. Yeah.
But Chris Rock's a legend too. But he's a little, you know, I don't know. Maybe you probably like him because he's doing the kid thing, the family thing, kind of like the Jerry Seinfeld, the fucking, I don't know.
You like Jerry Seinfeld? I like Jerry Seinfeld.
I like Jerry Seinfeld, but he's a little too clean.
Yeah, he's way clean.
He's that 80s comic, you know. I don't know.
I think that is where I lean towards is more towards the cleaner side. Because even what was it? You just put me onto that podcast too.
Bad Friends?
Yeah, no. Brothers in Cursive.
Brothers in Cursive.
Yeah, that's raw, man. You know.
Well, David Lucas, the dude on that, he's a big Patrice fan.
Okay.
And I remember watching him because he's known for talking shit, just not even his comedy, just talking shit in interviews, and he'll just make fun of the host, like ta 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 ta. And one of his influences, he later said on the podcast, was Patrice. I was like, fuck, I knew it because that guy has Patrice vibes for sure.
Yeah. See that? I couldn't get into it fully.
Yeah.
You know, that's definitely a different side of that.
Yeah, I like the most savage. Like there was a Rich Voss. Rich Voss is an older New York comic, and in the Cellar they had a roast of him. I'm not Rich Voss is good. I'm not the biggest fan, but they had a roast, where they line up everyone, they just go hard on each other. I love that shit.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, that's like some hardcore shit where like they talk about like the dude's girlfriend who died. You know, like they go like it's hallowed ground, my friend.
Damn,
I love it. But
you know what about? So I don't know if you remember this. Actually, we talked to Craig about this some time back, but dude, back in like Big Band, Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin, yeah. They would have shows in between their acts, right? Like they would be singing, and then in between they'd have little comic, and they'd roast each other all the time too. But it's always more of that cleaner.
Well, it was 50s,
yeah,
60s.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And then 80s were like hardcore clean. You couldn't even get a show. That's why Patrice is not known, because he would like walk into Comedy Central apparently for a show, and that was the dream, to be the Jerry Seinfeld. You do comedy, you get on Letterman or whatever, Johnny Carson, then you get a show and it gets syndicated, and you're making 100,000 episodes or so 75,000 episode. Well, Patrice would walk in like with this guy Rich Voss or Bill Burr, whoever, and they'd be like, "All right, dude, like keep cool, man." And he'd go in there and just make fun of all the executives in ties. He just didn't give a fuck. So he lost a lot of money, but that's why I like him. He's like died on his own sword. I love it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's like he truly respected the art and craft, you know?
Right.
And he defended it. He had like a whole philosophy of it's better to be criticized and say what you fucking know, because if you're not real, I will break you by talking shit to you, because I'll find the bullshit of you trying to be something you're not.
Sure.
Where I'm out here being offensive and don't give a fuck because it's me.
Right. You know what? I just read a meme the other day, and it just reminded me of that, Jay. It's like if the truth has the power to shatter something, then it has the right to be told, or some shit like that. But it's true. Like, fuck, truth hurts, but it's got to get out there, right?
Well, and everyone has their opinion. And it's right. And it's weird, you know, there's like a 2-opinion fucking system, and it's so just not normal. Seriously. And so that's why I like comedy, because you go there and... But even shit, it's election time right now, and even on Kill Tony, I was watching it the other day, and David Lucas actually went up because he's a regular, and he did which he doesn't usually do, a politics thing, and I think he might be a Trump supporter. He just like his jokes just seem to lean that way. He went off, which he never does. And Redman, who's the computer guy for him on that podcast, is also the guy on Kill Tony, and he was like, he pulled up a mic and he was like, why would you say that joke if you're going to lose half of the comedy club in your audience? And he was like, bitch, it's a fucking joke. And like, Tony was like, what? And he because obviously I guess his band's like a hardcore left. I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. But like, it seemed like that. And he was like kind of bothered by it. And then he was like, oh, I'm just saying you shouldn't do that. And he's like, bitch, is how I fucking feel. I'll fucking say what I want to say. And then Tony Hinchcliffe was like, yeah, take your advice from the guy who watches 3 minutes of CNN each week.
Nice. But dude, that seems like a badass show, the Kill Tony show.
It's dying, dude. I watched it last night because there's no live audience, and that's like comedy needs an audience. It's surviving without it. It's just not the same. But like, their participants, they put the names in the bucket. They put the names in the bucket and they call you. That's how I got called. It's random.
Oh yeah.
And you want to put their name in the crowd. And so usually it's like only a few get up out of everyone that goes in there. They said they barely had any people put names in.
Damn.
So like fuck.
And so that's the premise of the show, right?
Dude, they have a dude in a wheelchair that kills. I forget his name. He's fucking awesome. He did comedy and then got an accident, and he's in a wheelchair, but he just talks mad shit in the wheelchair. It's funny. Fucking funny as fuck.
You know what, dude? This on America's Got Talent, there was a comedian on there who had a stutter, and he was fucking funny as hell, dude. Well, I mean, he had to be clean on the show, but dude, his comedy was hella funny. But making fun of himself basically is mostly what he did.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, fucking, I don't know. I just love comedy. I just love that there's no rules.
I was going to, fuck, Jay. Lance Woods, who I've told you about before.
Yeah.
He just had a show this past Saturday at the Laughs at
Factory? Here in Sac?
Yeah, here in Sac, down in Old Town Sac.
Yeah, I follow him on Instagram, but I haven't really got into him.
Yeah, I seen that he's going to have a show, $20 for a ticket, which is not bad. And, dude, I was like, dude, I'm going to call Jay and see if he wants to go. And,
I'd go.
Dude, I just got so fucking busy, dude.
Yeah.
And it never happened. But
how are they doing it?
Well, so when I went to Old Sac, it's kind of weird. They have it outside.
Oh, I know what spot you're talking about. They have live music there too sometimes.
No, it's just. Oh, I don't think so. It's purely
by the water, more by the water in the corner.
Anyways. No. It's by the parking structure.
Okay.
So going towards the Golden Bridge, you know.
Okay, I'm thinking of something different.
Right on the corner, right next to a candy store.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so they have it roped off on the outside, and they have people 6 feet apart, little tables 6 feet apart, and they have the comic on stage, but the comic's talking into a mic, a headset, and everyone has the headphones on that picks up that signal.
Yeah.
So that way nobody else around that's watching can hear. Only the people that bought the tickets can hear.
Yeah.
Fucking funny.
Yeah, it's fucking, that is funny. I like that. Yeah, I would check out that show. I'm dying.
They make it work, man.
Dude, during election season, I think when Trump, last 10 years, comedy's been bigger than it's ever been and PC culture has been the strongest it's ever been. And it's definitely related. Of course it is. And election years is when I need comedy the most because it's so depressing. Right. I mean, there's the recent shooting that happened. Oh, there's 3 cops who were ambushed. That didn't get us popular. Right. That happened right before that. Just tons of videos of bullshit, and the news will select a couple and run with it. But I just as soon as I saw that gunshot, I was like, my girlfriend said, "Hey, did you see that?" I was like, "God damn it!" I feel like things are kind of maybe chilling out some places, but it's still crazy. But then this is gonna just add more gasoline, and I just went on Google and Googled it and read the first 5 headlines like "Black unarmed man shot in the back," "Black unarmed man shot in the back," right. And I'm like, here we go. They're running with it.
Oh hell yeah, they are. Of course they are.
It's like, Get ready for them riots.
Oh, they're already happening. I mean,
they happened an hour after I read that.
Right. But I mean, I don't think it's ever stopped, right? I mean, this is ongoing, and it's always has been, and it'll continue to go on, and it's unfortunate, but yeah, media's gonna run with that shit.
Yeah, I just find it funny how there's like shit like that happens all the time, but like, what they get them laid out from everybody, right? Because if you get that on your cell phone, you're like, I'm gonna make some money from CNN,
right? Or just in general, just posting it on anywhere.
Yeah,
and then it's like, oh shit, that person has something. That dude, and that's what journalists are doing nowadays. I've known.
Is there still journalists nowadays?
Yeah, but you know how that goes. But dude, they will just scour social media and be like, oh, that's a story. Yeah, okay, cool. Check this video. Hey, can you connect me with this person?
It's weird when they all do it on the same video. Because, like, if you go to Roll Star Hip Hop, you see crazy shit every fucking day. And then, like, this didn't make Roll Star Hip Hop. When I heard about it, I went straight to Roll Star Hip Hop because I'm like, I don't want to hear a lady talk about it in a blazer. I just want to see the clip, dude, to make my own judgments because you know how they'll sway you or just show you portions. And then, so I'm like, Roll Star Hip Hop usually shows the whole clip. Usually, not all the time. And I couldn't find it on there. I'm like, what the fuck? And then, like, they had this like cop ambush, like they called a fake call and 3 cops rolled up and this guy just hey yo, and they had a mask on, gloves.
Oh damn!
And I guess 3 got shot. I've heard nothing. I can't find anything. I haven't really done a deep dive, but then like hours later that video came out of that black guy getting shot, which I've seen tons of videos like that on Roll Star Hip Hop, and it's sad, it's horrible, but and he's also reaching. I don't know. I'm sure I could already see how there's 2 arguments. It seems different than the George Floyd one to me, but it seems like this one's selected. This one was. Like, this was picked because I'm looking at all the other Roll Star Hip Hop videos. Like, it's crazy how the news will select one of these, but Roll Star's always showing this shit every day.
Interesting. Yeah, and I mean, there's probably a lot to it. I haven't done much reading into it, but, there's kids involved and, there's video
kids
involved.
Inside the car.
Yeah, right.
3 kids.
Yeah, so it's, I can see why they chose to run with something like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's going on all the time. Actually, the Detroit Lions, I don't know if you've seen that, they were supposed to practice today. This happened in Michigan.
I haven't watched anything Detroit since Barry Sanders. That's my boy, Blue.
Wah. Dude, he should he so deserved a fucking Super Bowl.
Remember he was slow, though? Remember he would break everyone, like ankles and shit, and then he'd get out in the open and they would catch him? Do you remember that? He was known for being kind of slow.
Is that right?
Yeah, if you watch, he always, dodge everyone, but once he got out in the open, someone would catch up to him usually.
That's funny.
It's still bad. I loved him, man. When I played football, he's a guy I watched all the time.
Yeah, oh, dude, legend.
Yeah.
Well, like Allen Iverson, right, in basketball, it's like, bad motherfuckers on sucky ass teams.
I had his jersey, yeah.
And could never get to a fucking finals or a Super Bowl.
Do you remember that commercial he did where he spun the basketball, he showed his move, and he turned around when he was selling his shoes, I think. Was it N1?
It was probably N1. No, I don't know. I think I know what you're talking about.
But I remember I watched that commercial and practiced the move. Everyone was doing that move. It rarely worked for a young white boy.
Hey, he was a bad motherfucker.
He was cool. I liked him. And he kept kind of the street kind of look and the vibe, and I like
the
that.
Realness.
Yeah, he didn't change.
That's what I love about people like him, like Marshawn Lynch, and just so real. Like they keep it real,
Marshawn Lynch is the shit. I saw him at one of our bar hangouts by our office is Murphy's. It's an Irish pub. You sit in the alley or you sit inside. And he was in there one day.
Nice.
I didn't recognize him, but everyone I was working with was like, that's Marshawn. So I was like, I gotta look this dude up. And I was like, I like this guy. He's funny.
He keeps it real as fuck, dude. Like he was known for, I don't know if you remember, he was known for not wanting to do interviews, like post-game interviews. And the interviewers would try to ask him questions and shit. And he would just be like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Because he would not show up and they would fine the shit out of him. And then he was losing a shitload of millions of dollars. So he's like, oh, fuck, I'll just show up.
Give it to a charity or something.
Well, they said, you just got to show up. You don't got to say anything. You just got to be there. And so that's what he would say. He would just be like, somebody would ask him a question, be like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Or shit like that, right? But it's because it's all fucking bullshit, dude. When you get to those interviews and these journalists,
it's all angled.
Yeah, it's all angled and they want to bring up stupid shit and
trying to put you against your teammate or your coach or bring you into an issue that's politics related.
Right.
It's like Michael Jordan on that doc. They were asking about Scottie Pippen because he might not get signed again. And they kept asking Michael Jordan. Michael's like, look, you could go ask him.
Yeah,
you want to talk about me? Go ask him.
That's right.
It's like, come on, dude.
Exactly, dude. And
I know what you're doing.
And people, dude, some athletes, they fucking get reeled right in.
You know who's the realest?
They're getting traded and shit.
You know who's the realest with motherfuckers like that? You can look up videos on him. Mike Tyson.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if they bring up the rape shit.
Oh, really?
Like, you a piece of shit. I know what you're fucking doing. Fuck you. He gets real with them what makes you think I want to hit you on camera, bitch?
I've heard one of those interviews.
I love it, dude.
And, hey, but you know what? I like that, dude, because, dude, and then Marshawn Lynch nozzle, he calls that shit out, but he still lives in Oakland, has charity drives for the kids of Oakland, because obviously there's issues there, and, like, just a real motherfucker,
Yeah,
like, down to earth.
Yeah, like people that don't change. Like they change, but they don't like feel like, oh, I'm putting a suit on, I got millions of dollars. Right. I got the plane, I got the Cavassier, I got the fucking champagne, and the girls like, this is me now, bitches.
Right.
Let's get a grill. Right. Do people still get grills? Is that over?
I don't know.
They probably get like diamond teeth, because like Tekashi 6ix9ine has something going on, right?
Does it? I don't know. I've seen it though. I've seen a couple of videos with grills.
Yeah. I don't know. That was a huge thing.
Probably way more studded than before. Who knows?
My brother dated a girl from the Bay, and I remember they had grills. He never wore it, but they like got him. I was like, don't wear that. Let me try it on though.
Dude, I didn't get it. I don't get it. I still don't.
It's a show of money.
I mean, right? Yeah, I guess so. But
yeah, and it's
got to be uncomfortable.
Well, it's interesting. I'm obviously not an expert on this, but I heard there's like the theory of like black people are oppressed so much that when like getting money through hip hop and stuff, it's like, hey, look how much money I have. I've made it. I made it through the tough system. Right. And it's so like, it's not just like, general, this guy's being an asshole. It's like, well, there might be something more to this.
Well, and you know what? I think that's just poverty in general, because when you don't have it and then you get it, it's like, oh shit. Yeah. Go spend this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I was never taught to save. I was never fucking given a ledger and taught how to fucking balance a checkbook. Like,
Evander Holyfield said, when I made tons of money, there was no one in my family, even my neighborhood, that knew what to do with money except spend it. Like, how am I supposed to keep that shit? There's no education on that.
Exactly, man. Yeah. And that's how I kind of felt too. I mean, not on that level, obviously, but dude, after high school, getting into construction, I was making some fucking good money, man. You know? I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars, and I fucking blew all that shit, fucking bikes and motorcycle. And
Roadcaster Pros and cameras.
Right.
That's this thing, by the way.
Yeah. What? Go ahead.
We got 4 people. Whoa.
Ooh.
I think we count as one, so maybe 3.
Hey, now.
Hey, is there anything you guys want us to talk about? Text that number, 415-518-0457, or just leave a YouTube comment right now, or I think you could chat in
or call that room. Number if you want to get your voice on the podcast.
Yeah, if you want to call that number, and we'll hook you up to the Bluetooth. And
but we've never done that before, so
or give us subjects you want us to talk about.
It would be cool to find out.
Make me and Nick fight.
I want to see someone come on the phone. That'd be cool.
Do it.
I wonder how that would work.
Yeah, I don't know. Easier said than done, right?
Of course, always.
We want to get Arthur Lua. We've been saying this for fucking weeks. He's avoiding us. You know what we need to do? We need to do Muhammad Ali and go to his door with the camera.
With the whole roadcaster. Yeah,
just
get it done. Well, you know what, dude? It's what I love about Arthur is he reads a lot. That's I value someone who reads a lot, right? Because you can watch TV all you want and think you learn something, but you don't learn anything until you read someone's
thoughts.
Yeah, or someone that's doing that or has investigated that for the last 20 years. When someone like that puts together a book, it's like, damn, that's some good shit. So anyways, just the fact that he reads a lot and goes a long way, I guess, in my book.
Yeah, because I'm a huge documentary guy, and so I used to read a lot, and then I got on the documentary kick. I'm like, fuck this, I can learn a lot from. Yeah. I'm a more of a visual guy, anyways, and so I was like a graphic designer. But at the same time, like Jordan Peterson, before he blew up, I would see his lectures. He used to put his lectures online, so I watched them, and I was like, oh, this guy's onto something. And then the outcry to get him out of the University of Toronto went, and I was like, oh shit. And then I remember mentioning him to people because he was kind of saying like, conservative. There wasn't really conservative as opinion, but it would fall on the line of conservative opinions. Like there's only 2 genders, I believe, was one thing. Okay. And I don't know if that's exactly his word, so he might differ from that, but it's something like that, for example. And I'd mentioning to conservative people, like, hey, check this guy. No. And then like a year goes by, and they're like, oh, I got Jordan Peterson's book. You need to read it. I'm like, dude, I've been telling you about that guy. But I never read his book, so I cracked it open, and yeah, I was like, interesting, because there's a few things I was like, I don't know if I like that. I'm not far enough in. I think I'm literally like 8 pages in, but it was like, that seems weird that he would use that vocabulary. And maybe it's good I read up on this guy to talk about him, because just watching his lecture, you watch 3-hour lectures, though, you think you know something. But like, you get into someone's mind when you're reading what they write. Right. Especially if they don't have a writer helping them.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. Man, I read some books that's like, Shit, those are the kind you like walk into the kitchen with the book, right? Walking all over the house because it's like, oh, fuck, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, or you get disgusted with the book. Like, fuck this author. Ever done that? Like,
yeah.
This is some, like
usually I just close it up at that point.
I remember there was a book someone from the mob's like daughter wrote, and I think it was like Jordan Blue is or Jordan, sorry, Jordan Red, but he was saying like his one of his family members was reading that book and he was like taking a shit, or I don't know, I probably made most of this up in my memory, but he was like taking a shit and he comes out of the bathroom and was like, fuck this book, they're just like defending every crime the mob's ever made. It's like totally like just like no, we're good.
Well, you know what, you can usually tell pretty quickly where the book's going and how it reads. I think that's the biggest part for me. Like, if it doesn't have a good flow to it, like, I don't know, again, my mind's just not that good to fucking break it up and make it make sense. It's like, if it's not making sense already, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah, I hear you. But none of you three people have left comments or called or text.
Gee whiz. Maybe they're on the shitter.
Well, shit, you want to talk about Kamala Harris?
Kamala.
Oh, I'm racist. I said it wrong.
RNC's going on right now.
Is it like all week? Like is the DNC over yet? Or is that one still going too?
I guess there's going to be another one.
Another one?
Yeah. But I don't know.
It's like, man, they stay quiet and then bam, they're in your face, huh? Because I was like, where's Biden at? Remember? And then now he's all over. But I mean, I don't know if he's not all over. Did you see when he hugged his wife though? Mm-mm. I know it's happened to be the one part I watched, and me and Gina are watching it. And he walks up, his wife's speaking. Then her name's Jill Biden, and he walks up, and it's funny because his hand gets stuck in her mask. It's just, he's so awkward, touchy. All the touchy feely videos they have him.
Right.
And he's like, I'm Joe Biden's husband, or I'm Joe Biden's husband. And I was like, rewind that shit. Did he say Jill? No, he said Joe. And next day it was a meme everywhere. I'm
no
like,
way.
Oh, that guy. Now it's been such a thing that he messes up words that now he can't mess up a little bit. Like, they would let him get away with that in the past.
Right.
But since he's messed up so much, now they're going to watch every word, But, like you've seen.
He's got to have speech trainers and shit, I bet.
Oh, he's slowed down a lot. He doesn't get as emotional as he used to, it seems. But
interesting.
I think he tried to show emotion at first to show, like, I could fight Trump because Trump's so emotional. But then he kind of got caught up. I think he's losing his mind.
He's an old fucker.
It's still there, but it's on its way out, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think if anything that he has going for him, it's that, he's been there. He's been in the White House. He's, under the Obama administration for a long time. He's got some experience.
Oh, yeah, he's pulling Obama out they got Obama out there. Yeah. Obama's and Michelle doing pre-recording. Even the Trump ones, some of the RNC, I should say, had pre-recordings. Why are we doing pre-recordings?
Well, and then all the DNC candidates were there, on like a Zoom call thing. Andrew Yang gave that speech, and
Colby said they say he suffers from a stutter. Oh yeah, that's the angle. Is that so? Colby, is that a new angle, or is that something that he's always lived with? Because I remember I saw that recently. That I saw him give his number out to a kid who had a stutter, and I was like, that seems too convenient. That story comes out now that he has a stutter, but maybe he always has suffered from a stutter. Colby says a stutter he never had before, LOL. I thought the same thing. I watched it with skeptical hippo eyes, and I was like,
I've never heard that before.
I was like, I've never heard him have a stutter, and I was like, well, now they're going to give a reason that he's not losing his mind, right?
But you know what? Another good thing, though, were those fucking memes that used to come out, dude. Obama, Joe Biden memes. Remember those?
Nah.
Oh, dude, they're fucking hilarious.
When Obama was president?
Yeah. It would just say random shit. Like, he'd be whispering into Obama's ear, and they would create a meme out of it.
Well, there's actually a recording of him whispering because the mic was right there.
What did he
says,
say?
Like, you're a fucking big deal to Obama or something.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm assuming it's
That's
real.
the way to encourage somebody.
Yeah, but but apparently Obama didn't want him for the DNC, and that's why he stayed quiet for so long. And then once he was the guy, now he.
What do you think Obama wanted?
I don't know. I would love to know, but it was like watching The Hill Rising. They were talking about, because they both worked in DC too, and they were like, yeah, it was like kind of known in the inner circles that like Obama was kind of trying to.
You kind of felt that.
Yeah, because it reminded me of when. Was it John McCain who was, except it was opposite. John McCain didn't want to be attached to Bush, I think. I might be wrong on this, but I remember like Bush had obviously the RNC pushed it and they had him like next to him. You could tell McCain's like, fuck, and I think Obama probably feels that way with Biden and kind of a reversed role.
Yeah, it seemed like it. I mean, I remember when it first came out, like he didn't make any kind of appearances or anything.
Yeah, and it's good to attach yourself to Obama if you're Biden for the left. it's not good for the right because the right's saying Trump's whole thing is he doesn't like what Obama did. So then Biden just falls into that, right?
Right.
But I don't know.
But you know what? I think I mentioned this earlier. It didn't seem like, I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not into politics. I don't know a lot about this stuff. I probably even barely started watching these things maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
And I don't know a lot either. I watched a lot of the debates. This election year, my girlfriend said, why can't you ever talk about politics with me? I said, well, during Hillary, Trump, I decided to take a step back because during the Obama years, it was just too much arguing. I was getting sucked in because I had opinions. And then it's best with Trump and Hillary, in my opinion, not to have an opinion and just like try to keep the peace because I didn't really care for any of them. And then Gino was like, but you like to research and stuff. I think it would be really good if you like really get into this. And it was about a year ago or a year and a half ago or something. I'm like, all right. And boy, does she regret that, Nick. Boy, does she regret that.
You never stopped.
Because then it's like, well, so I don't know a lot, but like Kamala Harris, I'm like, let's see what this bitch is about. You know, then you do like a little digging and you try to look at both sides of the articles. And I don't know. She's got some weird shit on her, man. She district attorney of San Francisco, attorney general of California, put a lot of people that smoked weed behind bars and laughed about it when asked if she smoked. Right. She, what is it? The anti-truancy program.
And hold on, Jay, I'm going to stop you there. And by the way.
I was going on a rant.
No, we talked about this on the last episode. But as you know, if you were here in the beginning, we had some technical difficulties and all that shit. It's basically a wash. So, it's kind of some repeat. So if it sounds like we've already talked about this, it's because we fucking have.
Yeah, we did a whole episode and we fucked up the audio and the video, so we couldn't salvage any of it, which sucked because, man, like researched all this shit. And now it's kind of weird repeating it. But yeah, basically just talking about looking at Kamala Harris, defund the police, you can find her police jackets on, and she was definitely embedded in that. And kind of corrupt too. Put a lot of minority men in general, I think, were the biggest cases that were put behind bars.
Well, and you had to mention on the last one too that she made it impossible for DNA tests to run through, and certain cases for death row inmates.
She would win a case, and then the person in prison that was saying they're innocent would try to get DNA tests, which apparently cost $12, $13 according to the Innocence program or whatever. Those two guys are on Joe Rogan recently, and she would try to block that to keep the win because obviously she's got political aspirations. Right. But that's just wrong, man, because that's on the moral level. It's like, come on.
Yeah, right. And you know what I mean? Of course, I'm always going to play devil's advocate, Jay, but you know, it's got to be, and not that I fucking care about her.
Okay,
right?
Oh yeah, let's hear it. But I really want to play true devil's. Are you true devil's advocate or one-sided devil's advocate?
No, I'm neither.
Okay,
but it's like it's got to be a hard fucking job, right? I mean that's and I would imagine that if you looked across the board, every what was her title?
What she was first district attorney of San Francisco, then attorney general of all of California.
Attorney general, yeah, right. So, I mean, if you look, I bet across the board, you're going to see fucking district attorneys with shit on their resume like that across the board.
The thing is, I don't know if it's like that, but I'm sure, right? Because, like, if you take every job I ever had, there's some people like, oh, he did good. I'm sure you can find some people like, he did bad. You know, that's just normal.
Yeah, exactly. But I would say, the whole weed thing, right? They asked her if she ever smoked weed, and she, kind of shrugged it off. But yet she has a bunch of people in jail for weed. Yeah. Especially at a time like this.
About 1,500, I think.
A time like this, like, dude, open those fucking doors and let them the fuck out. Really? Like, people are profiting, making millions and millions of dollars off of weed. You can go to school and get a weed degree, and, there's fucking people in jail.
Oakland University? I don't know. It was different. I don't know if it's still there. It was one of the first ones.
Well, and even, if even coming out as a botanist, dude, you get into the weed industry, you're going to fucking make it huge.
Oh, we got J. Nick, NBA playoff predictions.
Ooh, I like it.
This is from Juan, I believe, under his company. Athletic Tie Pad. Are the Clippers able to beat the Mavericks? Now, I'm going to let Nick take this because I don't know shit about basketball.
Oh, I'm glad you guys asked. And took us out of that.
Juan Nunes, check out one of our most popular episodes, by the way. Without advertising, did 109 views. I don't even know what number that was.
Yeah, that was like number 7, something
like that?
No,
it had to be like 15, 14.
Was it?
No, 12 or 11 maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Great episode, though. Thank you, Juan, for the question. Dude,
we got to get him back on.
Jay, pretty much basketball is happening every single day right now.
Pretty much. I like that you say pretty and not pretty because I used to get made fun of that for all the time. And now since I've been hanging out with you, I start to say it again.
Central Valley, baby.
Pretty,
man. But anyways, there's basketball going on fucking every single day. Western Conference, Eastern Conference are switching off days. But I'll start with my prediction. I don't know, man. Fucking Raptors. You can't fucking sleep on the Toronto Raptors, dude. They won the finals championship last year. Great fucking team. One of their star players became most improved player, Pascal Siakam. Bad fucker. Came out of the G League, which is like the AAA of baseball. Okay. And made a star of himself. And they lost Kawhi Leonard, who got MVP for the finals, and you know, just a bad motherfucker. Yeah. He went to the Clippers. And so now they're saying, like, Clippers, they got a fucking mean squad, dude. And the Clippers and the Lakers are basically the best teams on the West, and then the Bucks and the Raptors are the best teams on the East. So, dude, it's going to be a fucking epic battle, man. But in my opinion, I think the Raptors have an all-around good team. I mean, Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, Ibaka. Like, dude, they're just loaded, and I think they got what it takes to fucking take it all. And with that being said, I think, man, Luka Doncic, 16-year-old kid. He used to play with NBA players when he was 16 years old from the European League. They didn't have rules like we had over here.
Where's he from?
Siberia or no?
Eastern countries?
Yeah. It's one
Eastern Europe?
Right. And just a bad motherfucker, dude. His dad balled and he's balling. And tear, Jay. Because he was on the draft block 3 years ago, and the Sacramento Kings traded away one of their star players to get a first-round pick. We had the opportunity to get this guy, but the GM, who has now stepped down, passed on him, supposedly because he had a bad relationship with his father because they're from the same country or area, and they had a bad relationship, so he passed on him. This guy is a fucking stud, dude. He's taking on Kawhi Leonard, which is last year's MVP of the finals, like nobody's business.
How old is he?
Now he's 21.
Oh, shit, young buck.
Young buck, dude. And he's the leader of the team. Like, the coach has already told him, like, this is your team. And, dude, he's fucking dominating, bro. So he just actually yesterday I think it was an amazing fucking game, dude. No, the day before yesterday. They tied up the series 2-2. So it's the best out of 7 series. And fucking Luka Doncic hit the last fucking three-pointer, dude. Seconds at the buzzer, fucking hit it. You know, as soon as he shot at the buzzer, fucking made it, won the game.
Ooh,
oh, dude, clutch, dude.
What team is he on?
He's on the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
Yeah. So they used to have Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah. Is he like a coach or something? That's probably the last time I watched.
No, he just retired, but he's kind of what they're most well known for. And
so you think?
But dude, they have a fucking badass squad, dude.
So you going Mavericks or Clippers?
Well, okay. So I think that I have no idea. I would love to see Luka Doncic get there, but I'm also a huge Kawhi fan because he's another one of those like beast mode and Marshawn Lynch guys. Like he's just real as fuck. You know, that's why he wanted to come back to LA because all his family's from LA. And you know, dude, you see him in an interview and he just says what he needs to say. Like just real motherfucker. You know, I love it. And so I want to see him make it again too. So I don't know, man. If it went either way, I'd be happy. So I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but. I don't know. I'd love to see either one, man. Luka, he's fucking bad. I can't believe the Sacramento Kings don't have him. And the guy that we took instead of him has played 13, 14 games for us because he's been injured all season long.
Wow. Well, I don't know. But what do you think about this is, because I can't talk shit about basketball, but what do you think about, like, you have this guy who, or whatever his name was, wants to go to LA because his family's there. Okay. What do you think about, like, how, like, back in the day, you just go from wherever your area was and you play for that team and you don't trade and you don't move to Milwaukee and all something. But would it be unfair because of the population? Do you think some teams would just never?
Dude, that's huge, man. Yeah, that's huge, and it's not like it used to be. Obviously, yeah, that's how it used to be. If you made it to the NBA, you went to a team, you stayed there, and you raised your family, you made a family there. But now it's people chasing money, and then they get traded fucking on, there's players that have been on like almost every single team. It's like, fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it gets a little like basketball made or basketball. Remember that? The guys from South Park? They made a joke about that, how everyone just started selling out, and the arenas used to be like the LA arena, and now it's like the Tampon arena. And like they sold to some company.
Yeah, of course. That's money, baby.
But it was like the Olympics was like that too, right? Like you have some, I don't know, like some American people that will go play for their home country's team, but they live like in America. But, you always want that attachment too to your forefathers' country, but then you don't want to live there. I don't know. I always wonder, like, I get it, but sometimes I wonder, like, man, that is kind of weird. Like, what are the teams, do they even matter? Are they just names now?
Well, you see, in that, taking it back to money, right? It's like, that's a driving force for fucking so much, man. But also, before we go too far off topic, another one, I got to talk about this, Jay. And for you, Juan, the Trailblazers, man. Fuck, they're playing the Lakers, who, you know, supposedly the best team in the league.
I just learned LeBron's on the Lakers. I was like, what? When did this happen?
Good for you, Jay. Well, he was on the Lakers last year. They didn't make it. He got injured. He sat out a bunch. But this year they drafted Anthony Davis and a bunch of other fuckers that they're just dominating, right?
Yeah.
And, dude, the Portland Trailblazers have Damian Lillard, who, fuck, dude, I love Damian Lillard. One of those other fucking, he's from Oakland too, actually. And, dude, they're giving the Lakers a run for their money. But they lost yesterday. He jammed his finger the game before that, so he has them taped up. And they fucking got destroyed yesterday. So I'm probably not going to make it. I think it's 3-1 now, so if the Lakers win another one, it's over. But, dude, it's fucking exciting, Jay.
I know. I kept saying, like, man, if basketball's on, I'll watch it just because I'm bored of COVID. But then it came on and I didn't watch it. But, yeah.
You know, and there's some games like the Utah Jazz against, like, Indiana Pacers and, like, whatever. Those games are like, I don't give a fuck about those teams.
By the way, I think our boy Tucker that was on last episode, fucking love Tucker. If you haven't checked out the episode, check it out because it was one of my favorites just because he's got good energy and talking about insulin stuff. But we talked about his blog called Tuck Talk. Mm-hmm. And he released a blog since then about Utah Jazz, but I think he was talking more about like John Stockton and Karl Malone days and like something about it. I didn't read it, but I was like, ooh, I highlighted it to put on my reading list. But yeah, I don't know. I'll check him out.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I mean they have I think Utah Jazz has I think Donovan Mitchell, and you know he's great. I have to have his shoes, but. You know, those are teams like if that's on, whatever, I'll watch it. But if not, I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it. But, dude, these Dallas Mavericks and the Clippers, dude, that's fucking huge. And then, dude, so I was thinking, the Dallas Mavericks are, what are they, the 6th seed? So you know how brackets work, right?
Yeah.
The first seed plays the 8th seed, which the first seed should just fucking blow the 8th seed out of the water, right? But it hasn't been happening like that, dude. So, dude, imagine if the Lakers, the Clippers... And who else was it? Oh, the Bucks did lose the first game, but now they're dominating. But it's like thinking, imagine if all these key fucking teams get out in the first round. But since then, they've turned it up, and we'll see. Yeah, see what happens.
Interesting.
Yeah, cool shit though, man. Yeah, good question, Juan.
So you got awesome. Who'd you say?
So I think the Toronto Raptors are gonna take back-to-back finals championships, and then I think out of the Mavericks and the Clippers.
Toss up.
You know what? It's a toss up. I think the Clippers will win, but I hope the Mavericks give them a good run for the money. Take it to 7 games. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well, shit. There you go. And Juan, there you go. Hey, Juan, what do you think about what's some upcoming UFCs you're excited about? I believe there's one coming up this weekend. I've been kind of selective lately to what fights I watch.
Not the ones on Fox?
It doesn't matter. It matters the card to me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Aren't those like lower level
Oh, like
cards?
the fight night stuff? Yeah. Like, I always stream them, so I don't know. Someone streams it, and I walk by their house and look through the window. I don't know who that person is, but I forget their address.
Well, you know, I get those notifications, right? Because I have the sports apps and stuff. And it's like, oh, yeah, you know, this is coming on Fox Live Sports. And it's like, you know, I don't know any of these people, so it's like, I'll just pass on these.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, dude, there was one fight. I didn't watch it, but I watched the next day. I forget what it was, but there was this guy, like, colored hair, and he, like, hurt his foot or something like that, and the other guy won. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Sean O'Malley. He's, like, tatted up.
Right, yeah.
Who's, like, a big up-and-comer, and he was undefeated.
Well, see, that's what I understand, right? And I remember him taking a W not too long ago, and then, but, like, he hurt his ankle, right? Like, he didn't even, like, get hit from the other guy. Like, he landed
It looked like
wrong.
he rolled it or something like that, or broke it possibly. I don't know. I haven't followed up.
What a shame, man.
I should know this, but I've been falling off the fight game. But it was funny because he was leading up to fight Sacramento. Shit. You're not going to know.
No, I'm not going to know.
I'm like looking at you like, help me out, man.
Not me, Jay.
Oh, God. What? God, is this how far I've been?
It's not the one that has the gym here, right?
No, he trains there, though. It's Uriah Faber's boy who's all tatted up. He fought Dominic Cruz and all those guys. Really good. He just had a really good performance not too long ago. Juan could tell me his name. I'm slipping. But Sean O'Malley was calling him out and hopefully leading up to fight him, which would have been an awesome fight, but got a loss. I mean, not a real loss, though, but some people are debating it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a loss is a loss, though.
Loss is a loss. But that guy's interesting. Smokes a lot of weed.
Is that right?
Loves the Diaz. He's kind of got that Diaz weed vibe going.
Where's he from?
I don't know.
Huh, okay.
He was on the Joe Rogan Experience with his trainer a while back. I don't know. By the way, did you see that comment on our YouTube?
No.
This guy commented on the one about Joe Rogan calling out Carlos Mencia.
Oh no, I didn't see
Some
it.
guy, everyone that gives shit comments, I look up the profile and they have like one video they posted 5 years ago. And, but he posted like, really a guy who's trying to be Joe. Oh, he was talking about me. Really a guy trying to be Joe, talking about incident that involved Joe, with Joe calling out a joke thief. So you got a shtick talking about a shtick, or a thief talking about a thief. And so I just like copied his whole paragraph, and in the front of it I put a guy commenting and listening posted to a guy commenting on Joe Rogan. I just like added that to the beginning then.
Nice.
I was down.
I don't even know if that's on.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we have it there then. But yeah, it's so I just put that back.
Dude,
I love talking shit to the comment. I'm
hilarious.
like, let's just talk shit back. Fuck it.
You know what? But how is that even like? How can you go that far as to say like we're trying to be Joe Rogan?
We're podcasting, so we're trying to be Joe Rogan. So we shouldn't talk about Joe Rogan. But I talk about Joe Rogan all the time for like my whole life.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is what a podcast is about.
Yeah.
Having conversations.
But it's funny when people listen to your shit and then they're like, "Fuck you," da da da. And you're like, "I know you're listening still, bitch."
Haters gonna hate, Jay. Haters gonna hate.
Yeah, I like it though. I think it's fun.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. What were we talking about before that?
The fights and
dude,
Sean O'Malley.
there was the heavyweight fights. Who was that? Comier? What's
Oh yeah.
How you say it?
Yeah, it was. Man, my brain is not working because usually we do this later when I wake up. My brain wakes up around 8 p.m., 6 p.m. But it was Stipe versus Daniel Cormier, and it was their third fight. Both won previously. And weird fight, man. Stipe got the win. Great fight. Fucking awesome fight.
Yeah, it was.
But without the crowd, it got depressing. I don't know, Juan, how you feel, but they're hurting each other, and they're up there in age. Heavyweights usually are, and man, Daniel Cormier's eye got poked really bad, and he lost his vision. And
that was a big factor.
And
I don't know if it was the deciding factor, but it was big.
Well, it happens in fights, and that's how the game goes.
Right.
It's and bit different than Sean O'Malley, right? Because he couldn't even stand.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, but Cormier still did his thing, and
dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I remember watching his fights. Not a huge fan, obviously, but he looked big, man. Like out of shape, big. He just got off the couch.
He's always looked that way. Although he looked really big that one, but he used to fight the weight class below and lost twice to John Jones, I believe twice. And but he was normally a heavyweight fighter when he got into the UFC. But Cain Velasquez, first Mexican heavyweight champ ever, they trained together, and so he dropped a weight class, which I'm sure was hard for him because he should have been a heavyweight. But then Cain retired, and then he went up to heavyweight. And he talks about bouncing around. But I think that was his last fight. I'm not sure if he's made a statement yet, official statement. But fucking great, great fight. But without the crowd, you just almost hear the punches too much. I don't know. It got a little like, okay, guys, we get it. It's like if I watch this behind a bar, I'd be like, yeah, and then after like a couple rounds, you're like, okay, let's chill out, guys. Let's just call it a draw. It's not worth it.
Well, right? But you know what, dude? If he has a fucking swing, dude. If he landed, landed, at least a couple of those good fucking solid swings.
Well, he won the first one. I like Daniel Cormier and Stipe too, but Daniel Cormier comes from a great camp, great guy, great personality, just like a guy you want your son to be like kind of guy. And that's that wrestling environment. They're just hardworking motherfuckers. But he, and great personality, just commentating for the UFC. But he, in the first fight, Stipe was knocking out everybody. And then Daniel Cormier came up the weight class, and then they fought, and it was a good fight. Stipe was doing his thing, but Daniel studied that when he wraps him, like when they get together and he wraps his waist to kind of take him down, whatever, and they release, that Stipe tends to drop a hand. So when Daniel Cormier did that and let go, he just threw that hook knowing where that hand was down and knocked him out. So then the second fight, they were having a back and forth where it was like, fuck, kind of like this third fight. We're like, fuck, Cormier might get it. I don't know. And then Stipe adjusted and started coming up and doing a left body shot over and over and over, and it fucking ended up getting the win because Daniel Cormier got like, fuck, this is like starting to hurt. And it's just cool how they get down to the science of where the openings are at, and they adjust in the third or fourth round to that because they see a new opening. And then this last fight, he started to do it again a couple times, but Daniel Cormier was ready for it.
He was giving him some good leg shots too. I was hoping I'd see more of that because it looked like they were taking effect on Stipe.
Yeah.
But, he didn't continue with that. But
Stipe got the win,
Dude, he looked fucking gassed. They both did.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Damn.
Stipe didn't even look happy when he won. That's why it just had this dark vibe to it.
Yeah, right. You're right.
And Stipe has problems with the UFC and Dana White. You know, he's not a big fan of them. So, all right, they've had some negotiation problems. So it just seemed a very weird. I don't know. Maybe we should need the crowd there. I don't know.
Interesting.
But I don't know what. So you're working outside. There's lots of fires,
dude. It's fucking crazy, Jay.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible out there. Can't breathe.
You know what? This is how bad it is, man. It's you know, obviously you go outside, you can see how fucking bad it is. It's smoggy and smoky. You can't even see, you know, down the road. But I have a mask that I use for work because at first, the first day of the fire, I just took it off. Called my client, like, hey, man,
took the day off.
Yeah, I took the day off. I was like, I really don't want to be inhaling this stuff. But then looked at my schedule and I was like, well, shit, if I keep taking days off, like this fire is probably not going to go anywhere anytime soon. It was like fucking 1% contained that day.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just going to have to work, right? I can't be putting all these people off. So now I wear my mask the whole time. And it's a good mask. It's a quality mask. Paid a lot of money for it. And when I take my mask off at the end of the day, it's like I'm fucking sitting at a barbecue or at like a campfire. Like it just fucking hits you in the face. Like, damn, this is fucking harsh, man. So you know what? We're breathing that shit in every day. You know, it actually, stomach was kind of hurting yesterday, and I had a feeling it had a lot to do with that. Like fucking breathing that shit in.
Yeah, during the last fires last year, me and Gina were like, we just didn't get the memo. We went out all day and walked like all of San Francisco, like from neighborhood to neighborhood. And then we're like, I don't think we should have done this because we both started getting sore throats. We started feeling sick for like a few days after that. And it was like, guys, we need to check out the news. Like,
yeah, and you know what? That's why I just wrote a blog. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's on the website, watertowerpodcast.com.
Did you forget our website?
Almost. watertowerpodcast.com.
It's 3 big words.
And, you know, just an appreciation for the firefighters, man. Because, you know, I follow G and another buddy of mine, Jason McClung. I don't know if you remember him. But, dude, they're out there on the front lines, fucking.
Laura, too. This girl, Laura, that's from the area.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, girl doing it and fucking killing it.
Dude, this is like big old fucking suit, axe, pick, fucking.
Life's gotta suck.
Oh, dude, you're right in front of the fire. You know, you can see the fucking fire right there. It's like, okay, dig this fucking trench right here. It's like, damn.
Some of them had to get rescued the other day. The actual firefighters had to get rescued.
I've seen that.
They got trapped by it. But it's, yeah, it's crazy. All of California's on fire. It was the size of Rhode Island at one point. I don't know if it still is.
Oh, it's
the
huge.
State of Rhode Island, yeah.
I haven't seen any reference, but I think it was like 19 acres or 191 acres, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so.
But it's, dude, I heard today it's less than 15% contained. So it's going to be here for a while, man, which fucking sucks.
Yeah. And the weather's not doing it any justice.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But a crazy lightning storm that set that off. Do you remember that? Were you awake at that time?
Oh yeah. I saw the flashes. I went out, I saw a flash. I'm like, who the fuck's looking through my, because the night before a cop,
paparazzi.
Well, I saw, or WTP paparazzi, but I saw a light come through my window, and Gina's always like, "You're paranoid." I'm like, "I'm smoking weed. Goddamn right, I'm paranoid." The fucking aliens. Why wouldn't I be paranoid? Look at the politics. Why everything's scary? But anyway, I saw a light go by. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Don't worry about it," because I always check everything. Because someone got my car not too long ago, so I looked through the blinds, and it was a cop car shining their lights through our area, and the cop saw me like open the curtains and then turned it off. But the next night, I thought I saw the same thing, so I just walked out, and I didn't see anything, and I kept going in and seeing it, coming back out, and then I heard it. I was like, "Oh shit, it's lightning!" But it was fucking crazy.
Hey, it got crazy, dude. Yeah, actually, it was just me and Cooper at the house that night. And, dude, I fucking was getting ready for bed. Was tired. I had to work in the morning. But as soon as I saw that, dude, I was like, fuck that. Got my camera, got the GoPro, set them out, trying to get a good shot. And, I was like, fuck, dude, that was odd. And Cooper didn't know what the fuck was going on. She was like, what the fuck is going on?
He was like, save me, Daddy.
Yeah, right. But it was interesting, man. But I think that's the one that started the Santa Cruz fire, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was... yeah, fuck, dude, it hit pretty hard. And actually, I mean, real photographers took some badass fucking photos of that shit. I don't know if you've seen them, but it's like dozens of fucking strikes at the same time, like across a valley. It's fucking amazing photographs.
Because it hit San Francisco first, because a couple days before we got it, everyone in San Francisco was talking about online. Like that, like they're trying to sleep and literally the flash is waking them up, which first I was like exaggeration. And then it hit Sacramento and I was like, no, that shit woke me up a few times, just the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, like someone shining a light through your fucking house.
And then the thunder, God bowling up there.
Yeah. Trump's just pressing that weather machine up in Alaska, fucking up Newsom's plans.
You know what? I always thought about that weather machine, right? It's like,
what's it called? DARPA or some shit? The DARPA
HARP?
program?
Yeah,
or HARP?
DARPA? Yeah, I think it's something like that. One of those. But
Mixing up my conspiracies here. Yeah,
we'll call them spaghetti conspiracies.
Spaghetti conspiracies. Yeah, yeah,
but yeah, man, it's still hot as fuck. But damn, you know what, Jay? When I sit on my computer and I edit a video or whatever I'm doing, like, I love doing that shit. I love being inside. And I mean, not that I want to spend a lot of time inside. You know, I was never like a cubicle kind of guy.
Yeah.
But it's fucking harsh out there, man. You know, and I never realized it until I'm out there during this time, right? Every year at this time, I'm like, God damn it, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know, and then like the rest of the year is fine, right? It's like 80 degrees. I'm chilling, you know. But then when it's hot as fuck and when we got fires, I'm sitting there fucking vacuuming like, fuck this.
Yeah, sweating your balls off.
Right.
Breathing in smoke. Not fun. Yeah.
Not fun, right? And dude, actually, my hat that I wear to work, it's fucked up, man. Got home, took off my clothes like normally do, jump in the shower, and in the laundry room, because of course I take off my clothes when I get in the fucking shower. But I take off my clothes in the laundry room, and then I had my hat on still, and put it on the shelf in the bathroom. I get out of the shower, and it's like, what the fuck is that smell? It smells like fucking campfire. And my fucking hat smelled like campfire. Nuts.
Dude, I wake up in the morning, I smell in the house. I set up an air purifier just to give it that smell.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, damn, like I don't want to breathe this shit in.
Right. And you know what, actually...
Can imagine being outside working.
Yeah, right, man. And all the people that are working outside right now, it's fucking tough.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, but got to pay the bills.
Yeah. It's like, fuck, that's part of it, I guess.
You know what, a buddy of mine, well, I don't know, maybe he's a buddy, but I've known him for maybe a year or so, but he owns a business, part of my business networking group. He does HVAC services.
Yeah.
And he sells this machine. It's like an air purifier's air purifier. Like, it's crazy. Like,
sounds like bullshit.
Dude, he was trying to explain it to me, but it's like you put it in the duct system, and it's like just a filtration system. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe it is, but sounds fucking
It's a good thing to sell, maybe, for the future in California.
Yeah, right.
It's happening often, these fires.
Well, you know, you're supposed to replace that air filter every 3 months or so. You know, and it just helps that.
But it's not much. Like, I just replaced mine. I was looking at this thing, and I was thinking of the fires. I'm like, shit, what's this going to do? Like,
yeah. Totally.
All that shit's getting through. Yeah.
And that shit'll fucking get clogged in like 3 days, probably.
Yeah. I know. I want to check mine because I have an extra to
Dude,
change
I haven't
it out.
checked mine.
But, yeah. Well, shit, what else is going on? Shit, what's going on in the world? The world's on fire.
The world is
literally.
on fire. Literally. Well, California is, anyways.
And also, literally.
Yeah, and also
I have a hard time saying that word, literally.
That is a hard word.
Literally.
You ever wonder how fucked up, like, I mean, I guess it's not fucked up, but I always trip out on, like, the words bass and bass, right?
Okay.
Like, they're spelled the same way, and they pronounce the same way.
Isn't bass B-A-S-E? Or that's like baseball bass, right?
Yeah, right.
But like bass as in bass from music?
Yeah, right.
B-A-S-S, yeah. Yeah. I remember when I took Spanish or French, I had someone knew a bunch of new French, some exchange student, I forget. So they were like helping me, and they're like, "Yeah, English is kind of confusing in that way for people that don't speak English and try to learn it."
Right.
That like some of the words like are spelt the same but mean different things, or
Fucking
might
weird.
be pronounced a little different or something. But
Yeah, I've seen some Instagram videos that are probably TikTok videos about people who call that shit out all the time.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, nothing much going on, Jay. You know, we got some notes, and if you want to get into some weird shit, I mean, depending on who you're talking to, it could be
Let's get
weird.
into some conspiracy shit.
What about the QAnon
I was
shit?
gonna say, let's talk about the Q.
Yeah, that's interesting, man.
JFK Jr., dude, that's Q.
Hey, he's out there.
Also, Trump's brother, who recently passed away, apparently went on a tweet rampage. I don't know if it was his, anyone can make a Twitter name that sounds like, so I don't know if it was really him, but he was going off, and then he posted, "I am Q" or something too, so I don't know.
The brother that died?
Yeah. Another conspiracy theory.
Another conspiracy, baby. You know what? This is, even though QAnon is, or I don't even know if I said that right. QAnon.
Anonymous, right? So it's Q, Anon. I don't know.
Okay. Well, dude, even though it's fucking way out there, like I love conspiracies,
Yeah, they're
and
fun.
They're fun, man.
They're entertaining, and they're the best entertainment because they possibly might be true.
You never know,
That's
man.
what's the fun part, because you kind of like, I want it to be true. Yeah.
But the scary part is there's people that don't, draw that line. It's like, this is fucking true.
Yeah, but then you're like, how can I say it's not?
Well, right.
That's
right,
another
exactly.
thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, especially 2020, it's hard to say what's true and what's not nowadays.
You know what? I was this guy that I worked really closely with, super religious guy, and we're bullshitting. We're talking about this and that, and I'm not a religious guy, and I was telling him that and he's like, yeah, you're a great guy, you know, but, you know, it's unfortunate that you won't find yourself in the holy place, you know, and it's like.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah, like just
those are my favorite
like
conversations.
Hell, you know?
I grew up with that shit.
All right, thank you, man. And then it was like, well, can I just believe what I want to believe? And like, what's wrong with that? And it's like, well, no, but you got to believe the right thing. And
yeah.
Like, holy fuck, this is scary.
Yeah, it's like Judaism doesn't have hell technically, I guess, which was news to me. So I was like, well, why don't you just be a Christian and play it safe? Unless you want those virgins and go be Muslim, you know? But like, yeah, you know, I hate those conversations. I like them.
Got any more of those?
This is my last one, actually. I had two. Sorry. This is non-alcoholic beer, by the way, so I don't know if you want one. I just like the taste of beer. But it's Heineken, zero alcohol free. I know, I am a pussy. But it's daytime, so I figured, what the hell. I got some shit to do after
So responsible, Jay.
I know, I'm so responsible with my alcoholism that I have to get beer without alcohol. So I feel
lunch?
like I'm still drinking beer. Yeah, for lunchtime. For 2:30 p.m. on a fucking Tuesday.
The club's going up on a Tuesday.
I forgot about that song.
Yeah, right? So many songs we forget about.
What the fuck were we just talking about, though? Oh, religious people saying you're not going to heaven. Like, it's too bad. Too bad you're not coming up with us.
Have fun down there, you motherfucker. Oh, dude.
And I'm always like, have you ever done DMTs? Too bad you're going to be scared when you go there. You might want to prepare yourself.
I heard a song the other day. I think it's from Biggie Smalls. And he mentioned DMT. Or what's the other one?
No way.
MDMT?
MDMA, which is
ecstasy. MDMA. Is that different?
It's like ecstasy, the chemical.
Oh,
ecstasy.
okay. Yeah, he talks about MDMA.
Yeah.
In one of his songs.
Yeah, that's been around for a while.
Like, oh shit! Like, dude, if I bet you I heard that fucking when it came out, I didn't know what the fuck that was.
Oh, I think people did though. It was ecstasy.
Well, I'm sure people did, but not me.
Oh. Yeah, it's MDMA actually has a lot of good success apparently with like PTSD and stuff like that they're using it for, but also ecstasy. I don't know. Ecstasy has had other shit in it.
Everything goes both ways, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, it's Biggie also talked about blow up like the World Trade before the World. I always hear that line. And I'm like, oh shit, Biggie knew. But also there was the bomb threat on the World Tower Centers before 2001. You know.
Well, that album was probably before that.
No, I think it was after. I think he was referring to that incident where there was a bomb and it it either blew up and didn't do much. It didn't go off completely. It was like the van in the basement, or they found it.
I just thought he meant like blow up like
money
and go up, like just get built.
Rich,
you know, because they were like, weren't they like the tallest twin structures and something for a long time, or they had some record?
I don't know. I think probably maybe at one point. I know like Singapore has one, or some Asian country has like the record for twin towers now or something.
Dude, every time I see pictures of Singapore, it's like, damn, that's fucking an amazing place. Go, Craig.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Craig's out there living the dream. Him and his girl were posting food. Him and his wife were posting food the other day. Looked great because it's supposed to be a good fusion spot for food. But I don't know. I've never been there. I've been there, but just to put fuel in the ship and move on. But,
fuel up?
Sucks to sit there and look at it and go, I want to go. But, yeah. Oh, shit, we got comments.
Oh, shit. Let's hear it.
Oh, Josh Sanders on. Hey, you're supposed to be working, buddy. Anderson Silva versus Uriah. Just announced for October. Ooh, close to my birthday. Who else is on that card? Who's the headliner? That's the Khabib match, right? Khabib and Gaethje. Gaethje? I don't know. But Anderson Silva, Uriah Hall, and I believe that's Anderson Silva's last match, possibly, right? God, you guys have work. Oh, he's a hard worker. In case Patrick's listening. That's my old coworker, one of the other designers. Super big into MMA, and he's had I believe 2 MMA fights himself in Michigan.
Oh, badass!
But Anderson Silva, you know who he is, right?
Yeah, of course.
So his last fight, I don't know if he did 10 fights on that contract, because a long time ago they signed a 10-fight contract, which was like kind of unheard of back then. I don't know. He's been fighting this whole time, but just like selective. But Uriah Hall's kind of like a tricky guy too, who, I don't know, just seems never to get up there, but he's like really flashy, just like Anderson.
Never heard that name.
Yeah. Huh. But I bet you it's going to be a boring fight. I don't know. I have a feeling. I'm talking shit here, drinking my non-alcoholic beer like a pussy, but I feel like it's going to be not that interesting of a fight, because every time you get like 2 guys like that, they kind of stall each other out. I don't know why.
Is Anderson Silva the one that got knocked out with the face kick when he was dancing fancy? Who was that? With he was like doing like a wave move, like to show off, and this like his opponent just kicked him in the face and knocked him out.
Well, he's been knocked out for doing that against Weidman, but it was a punch that got clipped him. But he was doing the dodge. But I don't know, the kick one. He kicked Vitor Belfort in the face and knocked him out. So I don't know. But Vitor, I don't think he danced before, but I don't know.
Those are my favorite knockouts.
When they're showing off and then they get jacked. Yeah.
Or dude, off the cage. What's that called? Is there like a term for that?
Well, there was the Showtime kick that Anthony Pettis did in WEC against Benson Henderson, I believe. Yeah. And he ran up on the cage and kicked him. It was like went viral. But he also does stuff where he like will be up against the cage backing up, and you tend to lose options when you're against the cage. And he will throw one foot up on the cage and push forward with like a Superman type punch or something like that. Right. I don't know what that's called though. But I've seen other fighters try that too now. So
that's badass.
It just always evolves, right?
Love that shit.
Yeah, why not use the cages there?
Dude, fuck yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'd probably break my toe if I tried that shit.
Get stuck.
Get stuck. Oh, I quit. Tap, I'm out. Don't punch me in the face, dude. Ref.
That's good, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how old is Anderson Silva, though? He's up there,
He's
right?
in his 40s, I believe. Yeah. He might be early 40s, but he was, I want to say like 43.
Do you see what Dana, I didn't read the article, of course. It was just a headline.
Oh, I know what you're going to say already.
Dana White calling out...
Oscar De La Hoya?
Yeah, right.
They say, what do you think about Oscar De La Hoya coming out of retirement? And he's like, Coke's expensive. I'm like, Dana, damn, I like you, Dana, because he's another guy who just keeps it real.
Fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, because I think they've had problems in the past. So.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Dana White has problems with a lot of people in the past.
That's ballsy, dude.
Yeah, Dana White used to cuss like crazy back in the day. He used to just like fucking rip into people like fucking bitch and, you know, not racial slurs, sorry, homophobic slurs.
Oh, okay.
Words I probably shouldn't say right now on live. But, you know.
Huh, interesting. They had to make him tone it down to be on TV.
He was still killing it back then, but I feel like he's like probably grew up. I don't know. He just tried to be more professional because, well, once they got the Fox and ESPN, you got to kind of play ball a little bit. But he still talks a lot of shit.
Interesting, but they haven't slowed down at all. They're fucking pushing out fights pretty consistently. Is that normal?
What, many fights?
UFC, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
there's like one every weekend now.
Yeah, it got that way, and that's when I couldn't keep up anymore. Just, but yeah, they just, it was like that before COVID.
Was it? Okay.
They got to, once they got the Fox deal on ESPN, I think they just went off, like fight nights and stuff like that was part of the agreement. And then they had to put so many on ESPN, so many on Fox, so many on ESPN Plus or whatever. I don't know. I can't keep up. Yeah. So,
I mean, which is good for exposure for young fighters, upcoming fighters, you know, probably to get on some cards. But, dude, I just remember, like, once every 3 months, we'd have a big fucking fight. You pay $100 on pay-per-view.
For boxing or UFC?
UFC.
Yeah, I got to where, like, one big one a month. And that was pretty tight. I remember being very excited for that because you used to have to wait, right?
Right.
And now it's just like almost every week. But it's good because it gives a lot of, it gives a lot of fighters opportunities to be on the UFC banner and try to work their way up.
Yeah, exactly.
Gives them kind of and then they could get more popular if they're on like even a fight night that a lot of people are going to watch. And so they can make a name for themselves. But it's hard. I used to watch all the fighters, all the fights that were on the UFC. And even some outside, and then you would just like be able to memorize everyone's like record when they fought someone, and I just can't keep up anymore. I'm sure some do, but just too many fighters.
Yeah, right. And I think that's fucking goes with everything, right? We have too much of everything. God damn it.
I don't know. COVID might disagree. We ain't got shit sometimes. It feels like.
It's so fucking true.
Yeah, but.
What's going on over there? Any comments?
Going over there where? In the YouTube land?
Yeah, on YouTube land.
No new ones.
Love the happy face emoji.
Yeah.
That's all I can see.
You know that's the winking emoji, sir.
Oh, you know what? I just got glasses in. My wife finally made me go to the eye doctor. Went with my daughter because she needs glasses. She just lost them. So she had to get new ones, so my wife made me an appointment too, and I go, and of course I fucking need glasses. And so they prescribed me some glasses, but I only need them when I drive and stuff. To see far, long distances.
Did you get some biggie glasses with the gold on the side?
Should I?
Yeah.
No,
you should. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, the ones I got like have wood grain on them. I don't know. They're pretty cool. And
yeah, I need glasses. I went to the as you can tell from my artwork up here, I need glasses. I went to the doctor. He's like, you're on the verge. You probably could get them or not, but eventually you will. But if you do get them now, you're gonna get used to them and need them all the time. So it's up to you. And I was like, I'll fight the good fight. I'm not gonna
do it, Jay.
Never.
But. Well, you know what? I always forget, but I think it's nearsighted. When you can't see far, you're nearsighted, right? Is that right?
I forget. It's like the opposite way.
Yeah,
you think it should be, right?
Right?
Yeah.
So
if you're nearsighted, you can't see far, right?
I think that's what it is, right? And so that's my problem. So like stuff, I can read a book fine, stuff like this. But if I'm driving, I see, signs. Fucking amazing, dude. Science is fucking amazing, Jay. I can't believe I can just put this little glass over my eye and I can see a sign way the fuck over there.
Yeah. Don't trust it though. They're gonna like give. They're gonna put they're gonna say obey. You're gonna look at the science. Gonna say obey, obey.
Microchip in the lens. Yeah.
I got my conspiracy glasses on, bro.
Nice.
I see clearly.
Dude, what did I just read today, Jay? I bookmarked it. It was a.
I don't know, but
I
like this transition though.
Yeah.
What's that one thing I book? I don't know what you fucking bookmark, bro.
It was a patch that they're gonna be able to put on your brain or a helmet or something. That did you see that?
Well, there's been stuff like that around for years now.
Right. Oh no. So it can help you manipulate your lucid dream. So it can help you get a lucid dream, like
to receive a lucid dream or control it.
To control your lucid dream. Right.
Yeah.
So it's a helmet that you can put on, and I don't know what the fuck it does, but it helps you when you're sleeping. It helps you control the dream.
Okay.
Fucking nuts.
Have you heard of the company On It? They sell like that kettlebell I have with the monkey on it, and then but they have pills they have, and you get packs like all the pills you need in the morning, all your vitamins, and then it has a packet at night. And there's a pill called I think New Mood or one of them, but they kind of make you have lucid dreams too.
Oh,
and they help you go to sleep. But like I've heard a couple of people I know with that were in the war say they've had some bad dreams, so they stopped taking it.
Oh,
I was like, take this shit. I'm like,
Damn.
So I don't know. So, but I've never had any type of crazy experience on them. But.
And that's over the counter.
Yeah, they deliver them to your house. You get like they used to do
so
you take a pack in the morning at night and last like 30 days. They send you a box, but it got too expensive. I was like, fuck this.
It's gotta be scary.
It helped though. Like you know how you like we always forget shit.
Right.
It's like the opposite of weed. Like you'll always remember it. Like you catch the sentences, really clearly. So
wow.
Definitely probably should get some of that shit since we're doing a podcast.
Just every time right before.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Dude, but that's fucking creepy, Jay.
You know what's crazy about On It? I'm gonna talk a little shit here. Aubrey Marcus. Yo, Josh, you know Aubrey Marcus? I feel like Josh knows Aubrey Marcus. On Joe Rogan a lot. Joe Rogan has said in the past he's the smartest guy he knows. He started On It. I think Joe obviously pumped it up and I think he owns part of it too. But Aubrey Marcus is just this like hippie, big, strong white dude that's like, I don't know, got Buddhas everywhere in Austin, Texas has his mansion, and like super into ayahuasca DMT. Apparently he does all the DMT sessions at his house in Austin. All the podcasters go apparently.
That's why Joe Rogan's going over there.
Yeah, he's super like spiritual guy, kind of hippy dippy, and always has hot chicks around him, which kind of kills it. But all these like hot chicks that work out all the time. And I posted a picture of another guy, and he was in the background, and someone went to high school with. Marissa, I think, or something. Marissa, yeah. Sorry, I'm blanking. Not Melissa, Marissa. Remember, she was from Texas or whatever, and then she moved back to Texas. I don't know, and she would sometimes cut weed plants and stuff and stay at my place in San Francisco. And then go up north on a bus, and I'd see her like 3 weeks later with a bunch of money and then like drop her off at the airport, And but she has some stories, but she lives in Florida now, but lived in Austin for a long time. I was like, oh, that's Aubrey. And I'm like, you know Aubrey? She's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, I gotta ask questions. And yeah, she was telling me all the crazy parties with like endless amounts of drugs and just like chicks everywhere and stuff like that. And I was like,
wow.
It's like, I don't know how much of a guru you could trust with that type of environment,
Interesting.
It's like, I'm spiritual, but we got bitches everywhere and drugs.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like someone I've read about, Jay.
Snowden?
No, Marilyn Manson. I mean, not
Marilyn Manson?
No, not Marilyn Manson. Charles Manson.
What? Oh, with the what's it called? The MK Ultra.
No, not the MK Ultra, but just this cult, just a hippy dippy dude, women and
yeah, got a bunch of people from bad families and convinced them he was the way.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
but no, nothing about that On It company or that dude.
Doesn't that make you feel dumb? Like he got a whole cult to move out to the desert and like commit murders. Like we're having a hard time just get people to watch our podcast. we need like a Charles Manson type character to help us out here.
We need MK Ultra, Jay.
Yeah, shit. We need some acid.
Damn. Yeah, you know what? There's some people that got it fucked up though, dude. That's the thing. Like people that do that. What are they? Yeah, I forgot what we talked about this last. Like sociopaths or something like that. Like. They just take someone's vulnerability and have no remorse over doing so and manipulate it to their
empathy.
Yeah, no empathy, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
And there's fucking people that can be manipulated out there very fucking easily.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Yikes.
You see it right now with politics.
Yeah, exactly, right.
It's just everyone wants to believe their side, and it's us versus them and whatever.
Well, we talked about it last time too. It's that gang mentality, right? You go back to the Species book, and who we are as a creature, as a human. We're social characters. We want to be around people. We have to be around people. And
you don't have to be.
Well, you don't. Well,
it
actually,
seems to help.
It does help. Well, I mean, studies like they had actually they take people that have been trapped in someone's basement for fucking 20 years, right?
Yeah.
There's been cases that way. And so when these people get out of these basements, dude, they have scientists and social scientists doing all kinds of research on this shit. Like, how are these people socially? And it's like they're fucked up, man. Like they didn't have that social aspect, and so it's hard to explain, but they're just not where a normal person is as far as like brain function and communication and stuff like this. So anyways, it's like that fucking need to be in a gang, right? Fucking Republican gang, Democrat gang, I'm this gang, and it's that.
It's a need of community.
It's a need of community, and someone will manipulate it to create a other that now your gang is against that
scapegoat.
one. A scapegoat, right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's weird. There's a book, Tribe, I haven't read yet, but it talks a lot about that and the origins of how tribes developed. And from hearing about it and not reading it, so I could be talking shit if any of you guys read it, or gals, let us know, correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe it's about kind of like Democrats and Republicans. And it was like there's two types of tribes. One tribe opened up its tribe to other tribes to grow their tribe and strengthen it with new ideas, new hunting techniques, also more people and just kind of lived off that. But sometimes that tribe they let in would overtake that tribe. Maybe they were too trustworthy. Where this other tribe, more like the Republicans, I guess, would be like not trustworthy, always war, not trusting anybody else, And sometimes they might have died off because they didn't have enough people, or they didn't have a new hunting technique, or, who knows? I don't know. I haven't read the book, but these two things have existed,
Right.
And it kind of, they both have their pros and cons, but both obviously got through, but...
Hey, interesting. Yeah. I'm sure that's how it was, man. You have Aztecs and Mayans and Olmecs, and then you have Spanish, and all these different
Olmecs were before the Aztecs and Mayans.
Yeah, right. Well, before, there was always some kind of battle, right?
These guys, Olmecs.
The big heads.
Rubber people of the rubber or something. But but you, I remember when I was in Wyoming for a big ass rodeo years back, we drove through Colorado, the whole state, with Rudy, and there's all these houses in the middle of nowhere, just fucking out there, and I'm like, it was cold as fuck, it was super, I don't know if it was freezing, but it felt like cold, you don't want to be outside.
Right.
I'm looking at these houses fuck, dude, ain't no one gonna visit them in this weather. And I'm just like, why would people move out there? And he's like, oh, they hate people. I get it. That makes sense. Sometimes I hate people.
Yep.
It's but I think I want that, and I fantasize over that. But then once you're there and you're alone for an extended period of time, you're like, fuck, I'm going crazy.
But you always say it, right? I always find myself saying that too. Damn, we just need to go fucking buy a house in the mountains and.
Especially at COVID, I was like, we need to grow some vegetables and have our own water and guns.
You know what, though? It'd be cool to be on a level where you can have a vacation house out there.
Yeah, so when you need to get away, it'd be nice. Right. But yeah, it's during these fires, I was like, fuck, I want, during COVID, I was going outside and jogging next to the river. And, fuck the jog. It was just being out there. And I'd sit by the river afterwards, just chill. And then come back to the house. Well, with the fires, I didn't do that. And after 3 days of being in the house, I was going fucking nuts. And I was thinking about someone in prison in solitary confinement for 10 plus years, speaking of Charles Manson, there's no way you're going to be normal. There's no way.
Right.
There's no way. You're going to be in your own fucking head. And I don't know. People that are able to do that, I would break within a week.
Dude, you know what's crazy? You read into, this has been some time since I read into this, but it was when that whole fucking tapes about,
by the way, Josh, who commented earlier, I believe he's moving to Sacramento. So
oh, is that right?
Have fun with the heat and the fires, man. But it's a cool spot. It's a cool
you remember what did they call it? It was the torturing in Guantanamo Bay.
Waterboarding?
Yeah, the waterboarding, and there's
sound and
there's a bunch of stuff. But they would play Barney.
Yeah, the Barney
song. The Barney theme
song,
song, dude, over and over again. Yep. That's crazy how that's actually a method of torture.
Yeah, it was. Didn't they do that in Waco too? Didn't they blast rock music or punk
something
rock
like
or something?
That, yeah,
or Pantera or something. But it's just when in Iraq they apparently when the war started, the second war, they were handing out Pantera CDs and shit like that just to pump people up.
Oh shit!
There's all of a sudden a Red Bull machine.
Handing up speed.
Yeah,
there's some Coke, man.
The Army's sponsored by Red Bull. Yeah, but I don't know. It's definitely need to talk to people, but fuck, I don't know. There's if you're an introvert, extrovert, I've done tests on these. I don't know if you ever done like tests, but I've like fall in the middle, like half and half.
Right.
Because
yeah, I think I have. But I think I'm more introvert, and I don't know, man. I always feel like, so someone so I know someone who actually fucking Art, man. He's always busy. He doesn't really have time for other stuff, so it's hard to get a hold of this guy, right?
He doesn't like you, bro.
He doesn't like me.
He doesn't want to come on the podcast.
Let's just face it.
He doesn't want to talk about conspiracies.
He hates us.
No, he hates you, not me. I haven't talked to him in years. I'm a nice guy, Nick. What up, Art? Watch him come on.
But he's like, as long as Nick's not there,
yeah.
we're good. But you know what? It's I feel like I am a bad friend. Not a bad friend. Like, dude, if you need me,
shout out to Bad Friends podcast. Hey. The greatest. Mike Tyson just got beat by Bad Friends, in my opinion.
Okay.
Bad Friends killing it.
Yeah, they're doing good. I like
Bobby
them.
Lee.
Hey, you turned me on to him. I like him.
Anyway, sorry.
But no, it's just like I'm horrible at reaching out to people, right? It's like I'm just so into what I'm doing and my family and this and that. It's like I rarely like text somebody out of the blue or call my grandma or shit like that, right? It's always like someone's always reaching out to me. And I always feel like that's how it is, right? The people that are willing to go out that far and live in the boonies, like I feel like I'm in that range of being in the middle, right? It's like I'm not that far, but it's like at the same time, it's like just doing my thing, But it's like, I don't know, is that a bad friend, Jay? What do you think? Because some people call me and they're like, hey man, can you meet me here? It's like, yeah, of course, let's do it.
Yeah, I would say yes. That's a bad friend.
Thanks,
but that's my opinion because I'm a big caller and like
right.
Kobe knows. Kobe's not a phone guy, but I'll get him on the phone, talk about bullshit for 40 minutes, and
yeah.
It's been a while since I've called some people, but like I don't like texting and stuff. That's too easy, and I like it, but
right.
Sometimes I'm like, how's this dude doing? Like, or how's this person doing? Let me call them and just like, hey, like everything good, man. Everything,
right.
And it's hard for men too, especially I think to open up. But it's like, you good? Like everything good, And I like that. I heard Joey Diaz is like that, and I think that's when, when I picked up my phone game, as I heard he just is old school and call people and just be like, hey, how are you?
Okay.
Not like, hey, let's go hang out. Just like, you good? Right. Everything good? Okay. Hey, took a shit.
That's awesome.
Took a shit this morning. It was crazy. Anyways, bye. Like whatever.
Right. But, and that's all it takes. And I think about it all the time. Like I should call my grandma today, and then I'll go on Instagram for fucking 2 hours or some stupid shit.
When I lived in the Netherlands, every Sunday, like at a certain time, I would call my grandpa. He was on his deathbed. And then I would call, I'd have like cousins and friends or whatever, and I'd mix it up.
Okay.
So like not every Sunday I was calling the same people except for my grandpa, but I would I don't know. I like to stay in touch with people, and especially when you're traveling and you're meeting people, you might want to travel to their area and like hit them up. And
right.
I don't know. I like reconnecting with old people. Like I'm pretty notorious for just like coming out of the blue and calling someone. And I think you mentioned that with the Bohemian Grove thing. I'm just like, yeah, right. I'll do that to random ass people. I'm sure. I don't know. I think it's cool, but I'm pretty sure I freak people out. Like, what the fuck is this motherfucker calling? I think I contacted. Remember John Tucker?
Yeah.
John Tucker, when I moved to the Valley, he was like, I don't know. The last time I saw that dude was probably in junior high or something. And I was like, yo, let me pick up Big Al and we'll go drink on, because he posted a picture on his porch. Like, we'll go drink on your porch. And
nice.
Like, yeah, sure. Motherfucker. Like, it's just how I am. I don't know.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? It's like, but I appreciate because I see things come out, memes and shit like that, and it's like, it's other people that are like me. It's like, okay, those of you, who haven't got a call from me in fucking a month or whatever, like, just know I'm still here. I'm thinking about you, and shit like that. And I feel like that relates to me a lot. And it's something that I'm constantly thinking about too, because I know that I have to be better there.
Yeah.
But I just never am,
when you have to be prepared to do it and not kick back.
Well,
and that starts to fuck with your head. Like, am I bugging this person?
Yeah. Well, you know what I always think about this, Jay, is like, remember my house was the house, right?
Yeah,
growing up. So it's like I never had to go anywhere. Like it all just came to me.
That makes sense.
Right? And so
Nick had the party house.
Yeah, I had the party house, right.
Young since junior high. Everyone just go to his house and party.
And that's how I was, like I would go to people's houses every once in a while, but mostly like I'd get home from school, people would be at my house already, like in my pool table in the garage, and
did that kind of suck though?
Not really, because I was
used to it.
Yeah, that was a teenager. That's what you wanted, right? No,
you never like, I need some alone time. I had a bad day at school. I want to just like sit in my room or something.
Oh, for sure. And actually, I would, I always think about like, I would always want to go to other places, right? Sometimes it'd be happening at the house, like, damn, I'd really want to go there,
Another party or something.
Yeah, but it's like here, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, too easy.
Yeah, right. It's too easy.
I'm sure that affected you. Yeah, that's probably why you're like that.
So that, yeah, I always think about that. Like, it's like I never had to reach out. But I mean, of course, that's not an excuse because I can easily fucking text and call anybody, right?
Yeah.
And I do call my grandma. That's who I think about.
Call your grandma, bro. Don't be a dick.
I just talked to her the other day.
When you're old, you're gonna want some grandkid to call your ass.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, right.
There's a lot of like there's a band called, we're talking about kind of new Western type music, that the Still Drivers. Check them out, fucking badass. But they're older guys, and they have I forgot the song name. Fuck. I need some of those on it pills. But he basically says something along the lines of I'm an old man now. I'm not seen. Young people walk by and don't see me, basically, which is so true.
Right, absolutely.
Like, I see old people, like, hey, how you doing? Bye. And, like, I do that to everybody, but babies, too. Give them a dog. I dog babies. That's what I do. Fuck you, baby.
Slap them around.
Pay taxes, you lazy bitch. They're shitting in you shit yourself, you lazy
Get a fucking job.
Not even walking. You're in a carriage. Lazy bitch. No. But, yeah, and there's a Charles Bukowski poem. I can't remember it, but it talks about the same thing. It's called Something Suicide. And I read it the other night because I was about to shoot myself in the head. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, Jay, are you okay?
That's why I'm drinking non-alcoholic beer. No, but I read it. I just like dark writings. And it's just basically about like people telling him not to kill himself and da-da-da, whoever this character is in the poem. And then he's old and dead and he's just getting pumped full of stuff and no one's looking at him and the nurse wheels him out every once in a while. And then he's like, and then they just end up killing me anyways, like through depression, sadness, life. Someone's going to commit suicide on me. Why can't I? So it was an interesting perspective.
And it's interesting for athletes, right? I mean, you're a fucking superstar. Everybody loves you. You got fame or even celebrities or whatever, Then you grow old and nobody knows your fucking name.
Yeah, and it's the last years of your life, and especially American culture. We treat our old people like shit.
Yeah, right.
I saw this book. I was in Germany actually, going through this old bookstore, and it had a picture book. And I can't read, so I go through picture books. No, but it had like Eastern versus Western families or cultures, whatever, and it would just be pictures. And one picture was like it said babies, and then so you'd flip it, and one side it was the Western, and the baby was in the center with all the adults around it, and then it was like old people, and the Eastern one was the old person in the middle with all the people around it. And it kind of just shows like they have more respect for the elders and stuff like that. And I've always known that in America, we're going to will you off into a home. When I'm old, they're going to be like, later.
Yep.
And if you don't have family, you're probably homeless.
Yeah. Hey, unfortunately. And I wonder how technology is going to be then, right? Because old people are like, oh, how do you use this device? It's like, I wonder what it's going to be like for us when we're old.
Fuck, dude.
We're like, hey, grandchild.
Dude,
how the fuck do you use this fucking computer?
I've been watching TikTok with the young kids. I'm sure they're lying, but they're all making money on stock, and they just seem smart, like way smarter. Right. And I remember like people saying that about our generation. It's like, fuck. But now they say we're spoiled little brats, which is kind of true, I guess.
Yeah, right.
But going back on the suicide, do you think a person has a right to kill themselves? Should that be a legal right?
A right? Well, they made it a law, right? Like if you're on your deathbed, you can end your life.
Are you allowed to? I thought that was like not allowed.
I think they just made that a law.
But if I wanted to kill myself right now and there's cops, they would stop me and like give me help or something, right? I'm not allowed to. You're not allowed to kill yourself. I don't think.
I don't know if there's some stipulation as to if you have to be on a deathbed or in the hospital or something like that. I don't know, but I don't know. I mean, who's to say, right? How can you even regulate that?
I don't know, but what do you think about moving this podcast to live every week? It could save us all the editing time. Fucking editing, like all the file conversions and blah, blah, and match. And then we always have something go wrong. And we smoke a cigar. And by the end of the cigar, we end the podcast. Yeah. Unless it's really good, then we light up another one until that one ends.
Right.
That would be kind of dope.
Yeah, no graphics, no subscribe buttons, but...
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe not.
We spent a lot of fucking time editing, Jay.
A lot of time.
A lot of fucking time editing.
It was exciting at first, but now it's just work. And it's just like...
Right.
It's just like, I almost dread it now.
And it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And you know what? And it's not even fucking amazing, right? It's good. I think it definitely makes a difference. But
it takes so much time. You don't have a lot of time to really make it shine like you want to. And then you're like, what am I even doing this for?
Well, I think that's where the issue lies for me. And probably you too, is like, you want to make it great, right? But it's like, fuck, I got to get this done before fucking this time.
Yeah, and I got this other shit I need to do.
Yeah, right.
Fuck, I'm not making money off this. So it's like,
exactly.
But I don't know. I do enjoy it. But yeah, it's a lot of work.
But good practice, though, because I know this is your dream, your passion, right? You've always wanted to do this. And actually, fuck, man, you're getting me into it. I just talked to you about getting my own roadcaster.
Yeah,
for getting a podcast going for the kids, right?
Yeah.
And I'm digging it, man. So I this is all
Did
great
you say
experience.
I'm dicking it?
Yes.
I'm dicking it.
Digging.
I like dicking. I'm dicking.
Let's go with
I'm
dicking.
just dicking around.
I'm dicking
Dicking around, that's a thing, right?
I'm dicking. Yeah, it is.
All right, I'm sorry.
I don't know if that's the same context.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm dicking it. I'm
Yeah.
dicking around.
Dicking around.
Well, I was digging it.
I was dicks
But this
deep.
is, I don't know, man. I think this is great, and hopefully our viewers are having a good time, and those that are staying on board. But
when we started this, we're like, fuck viewers, let's just do this.
Right.
Who cares?
yeah,
It's just I
still feel that way.
and also like we want to get, we're making plans to get other people on it, like actually in-house, which is hard with COVID and definitely a risk, but it's like, it's an excuse to like get some type of normality in life. Like I like me, like, oh, I got to talk to Nick for an hour. Mm-hmm. Cool. Beers, weed, cigar, whatever, or just nothing, coffee. But it's like, oh, a hangout. Cool. It's like an excuse to hang out. And I think it's, men typically around late 20s, 30s lose friends and then kind of self-isolate themselves. Right. I know I like always walked into a group of friends no matter where I lived. And then like in that age group, I was like, oh shit, most of my friends moved out of San Francisco due to money being so expensive. And I was like, oh fuck. And I looked it up and I was like, oh, it's an actual thing. Women tend to always have friends, always have that community. But men around 30 tend to like stick to themselves.
Interesting.
And I was thinking like, and it said like men kind of need an excuse to go golf to like hang out.
Okay,
like they're just not like, hey, just come over and let's hang out. They
Right.
always need this like underlying thing.
Oh,
right?
that is so
I wonder if
funny,
podcasting is kind of like that.
Dude, it has to be, right?
Think about Joe Rogan, all those guys always hanging out. Like,
Dude, my wife even said like, dude, you're spending more time with Jay than you are with me, right? When we were first doing it.
Yeah, I was the second wife.
Yeah, right. But you know what? It's a learning experience, and you know what? I think it's exactly that, man. And we're just now recording it. That's the only difference, right? Now we got together, we have these conversations. Now we just have a mic in front of our face, and we're recording it. Yeah, and of course, putting a lot of work and research into this shit. And
well, it's funny we're doing this live thing. I got hit up by an old bartender who trained me, Jim, and he was like, "Hey, you guys should have like a live chat so we could like send you guys messages at the same time." And I didn't even think about it, but we're doing it right now. But I think this will be a better like just do live and maybe same time every week.
Test and measure, Jay. Test and measure.
We could even do like Friday. Oh, well, we got Courtney grew up in Compton. She lived in San Francisco where I met her for years, and then she's been living in Brooklyn. I think she just did cross country to California, and she wants to come on Friday, so we'll Zoom her in Friday. I don't know how we'll do that with live. I'm sure it's possible, but knowing us, something will go wrong. But yeah, I don't know. We'll definitely got that. We want to get G on. Gabriel, if you're listening, if you're not fighting the fires, like to get like fire updates from firsthand experience, and then also
I would imagine those are crazy stories.
Yeah, just not to hear the news, but to hear someone like, oh,
yeah, exactly.
And I know he's going to talk about a specific spot where he's at, but that's awesome. And then the Cousin podcast, which we've been talking about forever with your cousin and my cousin, which are some characters, and we're going from back home, and we're going to try to get them. Hopefully, maybe go do it in Lindsay. I don't know, and
we'll see.
Or somewhere in the valley.
First
roadcast.
First roadcast.
Oh, roadcast, I guess.
Hey.
But it's yeah. So that's going to be more of like a party episode, I guess. I guarantee it's going to be. I'm down for that. Let's just get 4 people on the mic. We got to get another mic, and then because we only have 3, and then just talk shit and just see where it goes. And
hey, that's what this is all about, man.
Yeah.
But I like the live. I like this. Yeah, and I'd like, if we get more people involved, we have more questions. And, I mean, great question from Juan. I think that was something that I've been thinking about a lot, and I've been watching basketball every day. Every day I come home from work.
Is it on every day?
Yeah, every single day.
It's like baseball where they just play forever?
Well, so not normally. But because they had to cram all these fucking games into a short period of time in the bubble, that's why they're playing so much. So, dude, I've been watching the shit out of basketball.
What, have you watched anything, like any good movies recently?
No.
I got watching movies calms me because I tend to just watch all the YouTube clips and the short monkey attention span. Just then I start getting crazy and I can't sleep at night and just so like movies slow me down a bit. So every once in a while I gotta stop podcasts and do movies. But I watched Shia LaBeouf, however you say his name.
Tax Collector?
No, I watched one of his older ones. I don't know if it was an independent film, but it had that vibe. I don't know if it was like mass pushed or marketed, but it was I know it's pretty big, but Peanut Butter Falcon Club or something like that. And it's about this I don't know the correct PC term here. I'm gonna fuck up on live. God damn it. But it was he's not retarded. He is fill in the blank.
Mentally challenged?
I don't think it's mentally challenged anymore because that's what I usually say.
I don't know.
Maybe, anyways, special needs, I think.
There you go. Okay.
But he was didn't have a family in this movie, and he's a special needs kid that's put into a retirement home, basically, because they got to take care of him. And he's always trying to escape. He's kind of smart. So he's always trying to escape because he wants to go to this wrestling. Oh, we got a call. Oh shit! Speaking of retard, no. Speaking of special needs, my cousin is calling. Just kidding, Kobe. How do I do this?
Just answer it. Let's see what happens.
The Bluetooth used to be connected, but it's not now. Kobe, give us 1 second while we put you on the Bluetooth. If I can figure this out.
All right.
Hardware Bluetooth. There we go.
So something's happening.
I hope that didn't fuck up our sound.
Something's happening.
Kobe, talk.
Hi, this is Colby Williams, longtime follower, first-time caller.
We need to give Kobe like a nickname, like Cowboy Kobe or Redneck Kobe. What do you want, Kobe?
I don't know. I'll be Cowboy Colby.
Can everyone else? Can you hear yourself on YouTube?
Well, I turned it down. That way it doesn't do the back.
I should probably turn this off speaker. Now talk. Oh, it wasn't working.
What happened on B95 when people call in when their stereo was all loud.
Shame on me. I didn't have my Bluetooth on.
You know what you're doing, Colby.
But I definitely want to do the Cousin podcast, guys.
Dude, welcome aboard, Colby. You know what? I'm gonna light this up because
I don't know if everyone could hear this.
good to talk to you, buddy. So Colby, I gotta ask.
Wait. Should I try to?
Oh, hold on. Jay's trying to figure this out.
Kobe, say something. Yeah, I don't know why the Bluetooth's
Is it
not.
paired?
Hold on 1 second. Let me go to my setting. Why is it not letting me? Kobe, I'm gonna call you right back.
No, he's still on there.
Never mind. Stay on. We're so professional here, dude. We have all the time in the world and we never fuck with this shit. There we go. Okay, it's connecting.
Fuck did you do, Jay?
I do everything. Dude. Kobe. No, I was just
Yeah, what's going on here? Yeah, hit the button. Maybe.
There we go. Nick with the clutch right there.
Connected. It says connected. Colby, speak to me.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
All right, you're in
there
our
it is.
headphones, finally.
Sweet.
All right, awesome. It does sound different.
Hey, Colby, I gotta ask you a question.
Okay.
You know, you're definitely one of my closest friends, and you know, one of the ones that I'm referring to when I say that I'm a bad friend because I don't reach out as much, and I feel terrible sometimes because of that's how I am. And you know, I know people who, like, you know, Mike reaches out to me every once in a while. Nathan reaches out once in a while, but I never do that, Colby. Does that make me a bad guy?
I kind of text Kobe to call because we're having an intervention for you being a bad friend.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
actually, this is your bad friend intervention.
Damn it. Thanks. How many?
No, I don't think it's a bad thing because, like Jay said earlier, I'm awful on the phone, too. Like, I just saw Chep's mom in the store today, and she was asking if I knew that he moved and that they're going to have a birthday party. I'm like, well, shit, I guess I better call that guy. You know?
Right.
So... I think we all get busy, and
get busy with our bitches.
Yeah.
No, I've got a girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jay, and I'm married. Jeez.
Oh,
What's
I'm
the matter
engaged
with
too.
Yeah,
but no, I don't think that makes people a bad friend. I think we just grow older, and I mean, shit, dude, we'll go years without seeing each other, and you know, get to hang out on a rare occasion, and it's like no time has ever passed.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. It feels like that's how it is, right? When we get together, it's like pick up right where we left off.
Well,
right?
first off, we got to give Kobe an intro. Kobe, what's your nickname?
I don't know.
Cowboy Kobe?
Well, I want to do redneck history of Kobe. But it's
I'm a cowboy and a redneck, so it doesn't matter what you call me.
we'll call you
I'm actually not a cowboy. I'm not. Let's specify that I'm not a cowboy. I don't wrestle cattle. I guess I would either be farmer Colby or redneck Colby.
And you're also off the grid, Kobe.
Yeah, I am off the grid.
Yeah,
So-
but don't tell the city that.
No. You got to worry about the county, not the city.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, so it's Kobe is my cousin. We were born the same day, same room, same
Twin
doctor,
cousins.
14 hours apart. And I believe, you know, me and Kobe get along, and I think we're pretty opposite, I would say, maybe. I don't know. I think we were. I don't know what we are now.
Well, we've definitely had our disagreements and arguments and stuff like
tons.
that, but I think that
Cousins
happens
don't do that.
in life.
Oh, yeah.
But No, I mean, we are pretty much opposite. I mean, you went to college and do computer stuff. I've always worked physical jobs. We don't agree politically, I would say. I mean, we have a lot of things that we do agree on, but we're both in that gray area, but on different spectrums of that gray area.
Well put,
Does that
Colby.
sound accurate?
I don't know. Does it, Jay?
Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate, and it's weird as like how people tend to stay similar. I mean, everyone changes, but politics really change a lot. So I feel like sometimes you get pushed around, and I'm always in the middle, so I'm always left, right, like fuck. And then, but I feel like as a party's splitting on both sides sometimes, and it kind of just shifts you. But sometimes me and Colby get along politically on a lot of stuff, and then sometimes not. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, and I mean, we'll sit there and we'll drink a 12-pack and talk for hours about, our different views on things. And, at some point in time, you just have to say, well, I don't know all the answers.
In which I reply,
this is
but
how
I
I feel.
bro.
And then I tell you you're full of shit.
and then you know what? You know what you are at the end of that conversation?
Still cousins drinking beer together.
Still cousins drinking beer together. Exactly.
Yeah, and Colby's house is like the black hole. You go there, shit.
No reception.
Yeah, no reception there. No electricity. He's got a generator, but so a little bit of electricity, but
Generator and solar.
Solar. Do you have running water?
Yeah, I got running water. Got a septic system.
Yeah. So
Nice.
but
But there's always cold beer and good barbecue.
yeah, and Colby bought a like a modular home, I guess.
I guess it would be like a tough shed.
Okay.
12 by 40 tough shed.
And he did it nice. He put a furnace in there for the winters, and it's got a beautiful view, like fucking gorgeous. And I was telling him if we do the cousin podcast, I kind of want to I don't know if the generator will work, but with that background, like us just sitting at a table and that's like behind us, that'd be dope. But I don't know if like the electricity and all that shit.
Yeah, we can figure it out.
Everybody just bring your own generator.
I think Nick has one.
Yeah, I have a
BYOG.
nice.
But yeah, you go to Kobe's and you just wake up and there's just beer bottles and cigars and blunts and
An ashy fire.
yeah, and just
There's no rules at Colby's house.
foggy thoughts. And then there's always Kobe always cooks up some bomb meat. Yeah, he always barbecuing something bomb. Kobe comes from a good family of barbecuers.
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of the Central Valley, I mean, it's how is it over there, Kobe? Is it you guys all?
It's hot and smoky, dude.
Yeah, about the same over here, huh?
We got a fire, the castle fire, burning just to the east of us,
Okay.
up in the Sierras. It's at over 12,000 acres that are burned up already.
Damn.
How
And I guess, that terrain is super steep through there, and I guess it's so smoky the planes can't even get through.
Damn.
So I think it's not controlled at all, I don't think.
how far off is that from you?
I bet you that would be, I mean, it's weird to drive because you have to go south and then come back up.
Yeah.
But I bet you that would be, I don't know, 30 plus miles to the east.
Damn, that ain't shit. That's right there, man.
That's real close.
So
Are
what
you
is
guys
that,
worried?
like past Springville?
No, I'm not worried.
You know what they?
What am I going to be worried about?
If a fire comes and burns down our future cousin podcast area,
Nah.
maybe I'm worried.
Those, if it were to come east, then that would be a better area for them to fight it, I'm sure. I mean, I'm no firefighter, but it's just, I've hunted in that area where that fire is burning, and it's tough country.
Hey, Kobe, do you like my shirt?
Yeah, the good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah, Kobe knows. Kobe knows what's up.
Can you believe I haven't?
I watched a few dollars more the other day, which is part of that.
Is that the before it or after?
I think it's before.
What are there's three, right? What's the other one?
Colonel Douglas.
I don't know. It's been forever.
Colonel Douglas is in a few dollars more.
Okay. But yeah, Kobe's
I
definitely.
don't know. I thought you were drinking real beer, so I'm about 4 beers deep right now watching your podcast.
Well, now that you called in, I want to get some real beer, but this is all I have in the fridge.
Pussy.
Yeah, because I bought like some tall cans of Coors Light, Yeehaw, and then I was like, well, I'm going to try this new Heineken beer without alcohol because after those tall cans, I know I'm going to want more, and maybe this will just like be sufficient enough where I don't get like too hungover.
Dude, I went with my girlfriend Rebecca to Rocky Hill Brewing.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little brewery out here, and then had Mike and little Bruce meet up with us.
Okay.
And dude, I was fucked up when I left there
Yeah.
because I started out with this golden ale that was called cream soda.
Is that
and it tasted just like a cream soda,
is that the one?
which is good.
Is that the one up in Three Rivers or Exeter?
No, it's out at Exeter.
Out by the railroad tracks, right?
It's by the canal.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
So you go north over 198, and it's a couple roads down there to the left.
Yeah.
Cool
Yeah.
spot. It's like an old packing shed
Yep. I've
that
been
they
there.
turned into a little brewery.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
So the first beer was cream soda. It tasted just like a cream soda, which was good. But I wasn't there to drink cream soda.
Yeah, you don't want that shit.
I was there to drink beer.
Yeah, if you want to drink, you don't need some cream soda up in your
Yeah,
taste buds.
and so the cream soda was like 6 point something.
Damn.
So I switched over to the Pilsner, which was the only beer there that actually tastes like beer. You know, but even that was like 5.6 or something like that.
Yeah, they make
We're
it
just
strong.
pounding pints because it's hot.
There's this.
And then
There's this like a TikTok kind of a viral thing going where all these like black dudes talk about, you know, like there's like an old viral one of white dudes going to their first black barbecue and like loving it. And then there's like another one where black dudes go to like a white guy's barbecue or something. And they're like, you want a beer? Like, yeah. Like, you want this one? It's a cream soda. Da, da, da. It's a hoppy. Da, da, da. Like, I just want like a beer. And then they drink one. They're like, I'm fucked up. You guys just, I want a beer I could drink all day. You guys got these strong ass motherfucking IPAs.
Give me a 4.0 something.
see, they have a lot of IPAs, but I'm not an IPA fan. Like I like ales and lagers and pilsners and.
Dude, you go to the fucking mini mart now. It's all like 1,000 different IPAs and then Bud Light.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
So you got fucked up, huh, Kobe? You know what it's in now?
Then I had to drive home because there's no Uber or anything in California anymore.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. That's what
No
people
Uber or
don't.
Lyft.
Everyone in the valley has DUIs and multiple DUIs. Not everyone, but a lot of people. But I try to explain to people like, dude, if you want to go anywhere, you have to drive a distance.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not
I only don't have one because I'm the best drunk driver you'll ever meet.
Oh, no.
Good for you, Kobe.
This is recorded forever, by the way.
You know what? It's funny that Bruce.
I'm just kidding.
You got to say I allegedly before.
And you could do a retroactive allegedly too. So why don't you just
Then
go
you
ahead
get
and
what?
say it?
A retroactive. I allegedly am the best drunk driver in the world.
There you go.
Well, this is Colby Thompson, by the way. This is last name Thompson.
You know what? It's funny, Kobe, that we still say little Bruce, and he's fucking 30 years old.
It is.
Well, I don't think it's an age thing, right? It's a height thing.
Right, right. But and he's bulky. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
he
he's
is
like-
short.
Well, I
Rough as
think it's
fuck, right?
because we called him that our entire life.
Yeah, right. That's what it is right there.
Yeah.
Little Bruce.
Do you know
Same
what
thing with Little Fern.
Oh, right.
there's this, was it? And they were called that before Lil Wayne, before all the little
Yeah.
rappers.
Yeah. Lil Wayne stole that. They need reparations.
Yeah, Lil Wayne's like 80 and still Lil Wayne.
That is so cool. Well, good shit, Kobe. I'm glad you called in. Not only is it great to fucking talk to you, but it's great to have someone on the pod call in. That's fucking awesome.
Hey, Kobe, so what's going on? What's some subjects you want to talk about? The conspiracy
I don't
star
know.
thing?
Well, we could do the Star thing. We could do the Getty. We could do
Yeah, you hear about the
Epstein. We
Getty?
could do
Let's do the
Tom
Getty.
Hanks all of a sudden fleeing America.
I don't know if he fled, but he definitely got his passport, and him and his wife live in Greece now on an island.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know. There's a lot of crazy shit going on.
There is a lot of crazy ass shit going on.
Have you heard the Getty?
No.
You know what the Getty is, right?
A museum?
I don't know a whole lot about the Getty. I just started looking into it yesterday.
Well, apparently there's like this is something new conspiracy that like the Getty. It's like a museum out in L.A. I believe. Is it that where the big telescope is? Or I think I visited it when I went to L.A. I don't know. I think that's the Getty. I forget.
There's like a big pair of boobs.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, you go up on the mountain way up there.
Yeah,
but
right. Joe Rogan runs up there all the time.
Oh, does he? You guys go running together?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't invite me?
Well, here's the thing, Jay.
How am I going to suck his dick if I don't run
I
with
thought you
him?
guys weren't supposed to bring up Joe Rogan because that guy called you out about being a
Yeah,
copy of
Jay.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah, but I'd say fuck that guy. I love when I get hate comments and I just respond. I'm like, I shouldn't respond to this.
How weird is it that okay, hold on, before we go into all this conspiracy, how weird is like technology now? Like you can talk shit to people from the safety of your basement, messaging them something, where back in the day you used to have to do it person to person. You might get in a fight.
Yeah, right.
It'd be like
You might get punched in the face.
it'd be like back in the day calling someone like out of state and be like, hey, fuck you, queer, and then hang up. Like,
Yeah.
hey man, what the fuck?
What was that?
Where do you live?
But they have caller ID.
Yeah, but it's like that Jay and Silent Bob clip of one of those movies where they're like, yeah, these guys are talking shit about you on the internet. And they're like, what the fuck's the internet?
Yeah,
and they
go into like a fast food restaurant, and it's a little internet station inside of there.
Well, they go online and find all these guys like, these motherfuckers are talking shit to us. Let's beat their ass. And so they look up their addresses.
Well, you know what?
Yep.
It's like people even make burner accounts, right? They're just burn accounts, and they just make them to talk shit. That's all those accounts are for.
Most
just
of
go out
them,
and fucking talk shit.
Some of them
They're
don't have
just
profile
trolls.
pictures.
Yeah, just trolls.
They're
Exactly.
trolls.
Right.
Or you look at their fucking page or whatever, there's nothing. It's just
Exactly.
like, oh, you
right.
guys just talk shit all day? Mm-hmm. That's kind of cool.
And you know what? It's funny.
Guy's
though, too,
probably like 50 years old, obese, sitting in his mom's basement in the light gray sweatpants, stained with marinara sauce.
Like, I hate my life.
Very descriptive. I love it.
Yeah, I bought this shirt, Kobe. I think you would also like it. It hasn't came in yet. I bought it with this one, but it's like a bear, like just a brown bear drinking bourbon, and it says like I drink bourbon, I hate people, and I know things. I was like, I got to get that.
Nice.
But I don't know, Kobe, you live kind of out there. Do you ever get like, man, I know you're close to your family, but do you ever like I know Kobe probably would never be able to be in the city.
Never say never.
Personality wise, but like, do you ever go like, fuck, man, I like wish sometimes like it's late at night. I don't know, you go to bed early because you wake up early, but like, you ever just like, for me, like being in the city, what I miss is jumping on the train and going to a bar on a Tuesday at 9 p.m. when I can't sleep, and then having like random ass conversations and coming home, you know? Do you ever
definitely miss the bar. I like that aspect where you can belly up and disappear.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can go into the Orange here in town.
By the way, the Orange.
And just sit there and have some drinks. And people you know are going to come in, but like you just shut yourself off to the outside world.
How would you describe the Orange to people that don't know what the Orange is?
The Orange is basically like the Lindsay Cheers.
That's a good way of putting it, Jay. I mean, Kobe.
Yep.
Where everybody knows your name.
Yep.
Yep. I'd agree with
Which
that.
could be a good thing and a bad thing.
Right.
And did you become a regular there ever?
I definitely spent a lot of money there. When I first moved back to Lindsay, it was awesome because I was used to going out to the bars in Visalia. And I mean, me and John would go out and we would spend $300+ a night.
Damn.
You know?
Woo.
And so you come to the Orange and you have like a night like that and your tab's like $80.
Nice.
And you're like, this is awesome. I can come here every night.
And then you go to San
And then
Francisco and you got to take out a loan at the bar.
Yeah.
And you're only one drink in.
So then it got to the point where like on the weekend, my
Just do life.
tab got over 100. And then it got up to one night, it was almost $300. And I was like, well, fuck, I got to stop this.
But you know what I mean? That whole city, rural area. I mean, what, a country? I guess I don't know. Damn, do you ever see things in the sky, Colby, that you're like, what the fuck is that?
Like aliens?
Yeah, dude. Because I remember living in Porterville one time, and it was like not close to Lake Success, but it was like, you know, right down the highway from it, and you know, sitting in the
Past it or
backyard,
before it?
more towards Porterville, so before it.
Okay.
And, you know, there was just like some fucking light that just fucking, it seemed like it was hovering right over the lake, and it just stood there. And I'm outside smoking, and like my brother-in-law was there. And I'm like, hey, dude, come over here, check this out. You know, and he comes out, he's like, what the fuck is that? You know, we're looking at this fucking light, and it's like bouncing up and down, right? And it stays there for about, I don't know, 10 minutes, and then just fucking disappears. It's gone. It's like, what
I remember one time me and Jay were out here.
I was just going to tell that story.
And were you about the drive to Tulare?
Yeah, where we got fooled.
Okay, tell it. Tell a story, Jay.
Well, you can tell it, man. I tell a bunch of stories.
No, you tell it.
All right. One time, Kobe was naked. Okay. We were out there and we're like younger.
I wasn't naked. I had on my banana hammock.
Yeah, he had on his Brazilian Speedo. And then we're sun tanning out there now. But we saw some lights at night, and out there's the country, you know, you could see the sky really well because the city lights don't affect it as much. And then we were like, fuck it, let's follow these lights. What the fuck, dude? And it just kept getting crazier and crazier. Like, we gotta check this out. So we drive all the way to
Mind you, at this time, Jay did not smoke weed, and I was outside getting high.
No,
tripping out?
I was sober and fooled. And
Yeah. So of course, if you're high and a sober person comes out and is like, "We need to go check out these lights. This is weird," and you're stoned, you're like, "Yeah, we do."
and this is not the. By the way, this is not the first time I've done this. And then we drive out there, and it's like a club or a car dealer or something with like one of those big lights. That you get,
my goodness!
like Hollywood type lights, I guess, that shoot in the sky.
That was like a double spotlight.
Yeah, we're like, God damn it, we didn't even
That's
stop. We
fucking
just kept
awesome.
going. But like, I've done that once, and with Gilbert and Isaac Rodriguez, and I think, and we saw some lights when we went out to check them out outside of Visalia, and it was the airport way out there with like all these like in the fog. They had these lights out from a distance that look crazy.
You wanted something so bad.
Oh hell yeah, dude! We used to have this book, or Gilbert had this book about these like mysterious places all across America, and we're like always used to joke about we're gonna buy this van and just fucking go cross country and check out all these places. And probably a good thing we didn't, because it's been a waste of gas.
That'd have been cool though.
That'd been fun.
Epic adventure. You know, one time I remember no, it wasn't Tulare, it was Visalia, right behind Mooney's Grove Park, actually. I don't remember what year it was, but it was probably when drones were fucking rare and they're barely coming out. Because it was the same thing. I seen a red and blue light in the sky, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Let's go check that out, you know? And me and Rosie got in the car, and we fucking drove down there. And we got to Mooney's Grove Park, and we could see it clearly, fucking drone, and you can hear it. Bzz, bzz. I was like, what the fuck is that? And it's like, oh, that's like because RC airplanes were a thing. So I was like, oh, it's got to be like an RC airplane or something like that. It's like, fucking curse you.
I know, I didn't even think about drones now. I bet everyone's like, what the fuck? And now kids are probably just like, it's a drone.
Yeah, right.
Drones are invented so we don't pay attention to the UFOs, maybe.
Yeah. Do-do-do.
But Colby,
But other than that, the only weird thing I've seen in the sky out here, I actually did a little trip out to Wood Lake to Valley Pure. And I came back and I smoked on the way home like everybody does. And came out back behind my parents' house. There's a nice deck that looks at the mountains. And all of a sudden, like 6 Black Hawk helicopters are just like hovering and like flying through the valley.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, oh shit, how legal is this shit nowadays?
Damn.
Like, do they follow me all the way from Wood Lake?
that's like a B.I.G. music video when he's on the boat and all the helicopters are chasing him.
Yeah.
But
You ate your stash, didn't you, Colby?
Nope. I just put the pre-roll out. I was like, I'm a little bit too high right now.
I just smoked it as quick as I could.
Really, they were just crows.
But Colby, would you want to tell the story about how your last name changed from George to Thompson?
Well, I think that would be one to do in person because that's a pretty big family story.
Oh, okay. That's a sacred
Right?
story.
Right?
I like it. I like it.
All right.
There's not too many people know that story, dude.
Don't blow your load.
Yeah, Jay. I'm blowing all.
Yeah, I want my face on camera if I'm going to give the whole shot.
Yeah, I like that,
All
Colby.
right. Well, Colby Thompson's face is on camera.
Oh, Colby. So, Colby, are you into basketball at all?
Dude, I stopped watching basketball probably like in 2000. What was that? 2010 when they did the lockout because they wanted more money.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't remember. What
And I was like, you guys are making so much money to play a game.
yeah.
You're really good at this game. You're great at this game, but you're getting paid tons of money to play a game.
Yeah, this is
So
true.
I just kind of lost interest.
Yeah, you know what? It's I feel that way about football now. Like, it's I don't know. It just doesn't seem like football anymore.
Well, I stopped watching football or professional football, and this might piss off some of your followers, but
Well, there's
When
only 3
Kaepernick
people
took
on
the knee.
right now, and we're 2, so
when Kaepernick took the knee, I stopped following for watching football
Football? Okay.
because I don't watch that for political stuff. You know,
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
right. You know what?
that's my decompression time on a Sunday. You know, have some beers, barbecue, decompress before the week starts. And I didn't want it to turn into a political arena.
Because you don't want to watch the news, you want to be entertained and forget about that shit, right? But
Yeah.
can I
Well,
ask
and I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch CNN. I get my news from other sources,
Can
which is weird. I was at a family member's house and they were watching Fox News, and I haven't watched any of that mainstream news in a while. And it's like, no wonder these two sides are so mad at each other.
It's crazy, right?
Was it Hannity?
It's like if you watch this, no, it wasn't Hannity, but I guess he has like the best viewings in TV right now.
They definitely
From what I saw.
spiked, right, recently?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you know what, Colby, going back to that, it's funny because a woman in my business group, she has season tickets to the Kings game, and I just got season tickets, and so I'm talking to her about it, and she's like, yeah, this is our last year doing it. And they have good seats. and they're well off, of course. But I asked her, well, why are you you don't like basketball anymore? And she's like, you know what? It's just too politicized now. Like on the halftime, they have these halftime shows, and it's always some benefit for something, Red Cross or some, it's always some fucking shit that's going on. They want your money here. It's political this, political that.
It's all a moneymaker now.
Yeah, it's all a moneymaker, right? And she's like, you know what? We've been ticket holders since like the 90s, and like we just want to watch a game, we want to come and watch basketball. I get it.
Feel good.
Yeah, right. Well, go ahead. Well, for me, it's like sports was like a bonding thing. I think I mentioned this, right? Me and my boy, me and my kids. Yeah. It's like I would like to watch that and bond, and so sports are sports.
Well, if I could play devil's advocate, Colby, like if you were like what kind of sport would Colby play if he was a professional? Let's say you're pretty. I was thinking hockey too. So racist. That would be racist.
Oh, the one with no ratings, hardly any viewers.
Hey, in Canada, it's huge.
It falls behind golf.
But like it's like if you were a badass celebrity or like an athlete and you were like the most known on a certain team, and then your community you felt was getting like a shaft or something, and could you see how you'd be kind of torn to be like, fuck, like my community's being ignored right now, or not even on the Kaepernick thing. Say it's like your personal, let's say Round Valley community, and there's something bad going on that you want to give light to. Do you just think that's the wrong platform to do it?
Yeah, because people are going to listen to you regardless, especially with social media and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you can put your views out there in so many different places.
That's a good point. Point.
Like why not give us our sports?
Yeah.
It's supposed. It used to be, what families did on Sunday. Order pizza, barbecue, watch football, have friends over.
And then Janet,
and I'm sure that's still happening.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. But you know what? I think that's a great point, because these people are so famous and so popular. And even though I do agree with using a platform to, spread the awareness, and, I was okay with, the kneeling and stuff like that. But, it's not very big deal for me. But I do think that.
And that's your opinion. You're entitled to that opinion. That's your right.
No, absolutely.
If I choose not to watch it because it just has changed in a way that I feel is negative, then that's my right too, No, and everybody should be allowed to have these rights.
Oh, absolutely. And they're valid opinions, I think. Because I think these people are popular enough that they can have a voice outside of sports, right? So I think, that's a great point. Like, just come in here, let's get this thing going, and then on the outside, go do your thing. But I don't know. I see both sides, and using because the NBA, right now is using their platform to Black Lives Matter and things of that nature, and it's huge. It makes a huge impact. I don't know on which way that's going to sway and what kind of impact that's going to make, but yeah, it's interesting dynamic for sure.
Yeah, and I think what's changed about America is it feels like you're not allowed to have your own opinion.
True.
Like you guys said earlier, it's a two-party system. And you have to 100% believe this way or that way.
Yeah, that's
or you have to stay quiet.
You know what?
Because one or the other is gonna oust you.
I want to also say, you know what? It's almost like for a while there, I was like not concerned, but I was like, this is interesting that like the flyovers, right, in NFL. It's like it's kind of that same concept, right? If you're gonna leave politics out there, but they have the National Guard in there, and then like they promote the military, and they have flyovers, right? And basically that's like, it's kind of the same thing, right? It's like using this platform to recruit people for the military.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's right or not. Think about it. Well, I worked at a school district for many years, and you were not allowed to keep recruiters off of campus.
Interesting.
Even if you were, had a closed campus, you had to let recruiters on.
Wow.
And think about how easily influenced you are as a senior in high school.
And especially a senior in high school in an area that doesn't make much money and have a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Let's see, you didn't get a scholarship. You fall in that area where your parents make too much money to give you, to where the state's or government's going to pay for you.
Right.
But they make too much to where, or they don't make enough to where they can put you through college, and the military seems like a good option.
And they're throwing it in your face. And it's also kind of like when I went to Fresno State, all these credit card booths lined up.
Oh, hell yeah.
COS too. And this junior college I went to, and it just lined up. And it's like, oh, don't worry, you're going. I remember them like preaching to me, don't worry, we don't care about your credit. You're in college, which means you're going to get a good paying job. We have faith in you. And you're like, man, you're fucking me before I even get. I never got one, but on top of student loans, you get all this credit. And I knew some people that did it, and it's like,
yeah.
damn.
I watched a documentary where it was talking about the suicide rate for college students because they just would give them out credit cards and they maxed them all out.
Damn.
And you're never going to win that credit card game.
You know what? When I went to COS, man, I got financial aid, and they put it. So now, if you want to get financial aid, they have a contract with the bank that they're going to put this financial aid money into this account, and you get a debit card. So now you have a bank account to get this free money, right? And if you want a paper check, you have to go through this whole fucking bureaucratic process to get a paper check that has no link to a bank account, right? Because that's what I did. I was like, fuck that. I don't want this fucking account, man. Yeah.
So how much money did that bank pay into Gavin Newsom's campaign?
Well, he's right. I mean, this was 2010, right? So I don't know who was in charge at that time.
Oh yeah, whoever was. But somehow that bank influenced our governor at the time to do that.
Or someone, yeah. Well, I mean, whoever the Secretary of Education, or I don't know what positions out there for that. Or because and I think it was like that across the board at different colleges. Because it was probably because I know when I went to Sac State, it was a Wells Fargo account. Okay. And so it's like, that's fucking
So you don't even
crazy.
get options?
You don't even get an option. No, dude, it's fucking nuts, bro.
Sounds pretty common
to me. You can't even go through your own bank. You have to pick their bank.
Yeah, well, right. And they're just, and I mean, again, you can opt out, but
you got to go to the bank of Big Brother.
Exactly.
Well, when I wanted to go on semester at sea through Fresno State, and only one other student, they think years ago went on it, which other college campuses have like a semester at sea, like office almost. And it's just, Fresno State's a different story because it's from a certain area that doesn't usually do stuff like that. So when I signed up for it, they're like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, oh, it's all legal. Like tons of kids do it from other universities. Why can't I do it? And I had electives saved up, and I was already getting financial aid money and working a shit ton to pay off some of this stuff. And then they're like, oh, we're going to turn. I'm like, well, I get this money from the government, and I'd like to use it through the University of Virginia to go on this thing, and that's how they do it. And they go, well, after much consideration, the financial aid office was like, we're going to turn it down because this money is technically our money, and we want it to be spent in Fresno State. So if you're going here, you're going to spend it here. And I'm like, but it's not your money. And even the lady from the University of Virginia was like, I've never heard this in my life. That is totally your money. They're not paying it back. You have to pay it. What are they talking about? And they're like, well, you could do one of our travel. We'd rather you spend on one of our travel things. I'm like, yeah, but your guys suck. Or it wasn't.
Yeah, do what? Do a whitewater rafting through the Tule River out of Porterville.
I think they had like Hong Kong and London, but I was like, oh, there's this one where I could go everywhere and like get like a real experience, like outside of Fresno and completely. Because I did one through Fresno too, to Australia for 2 weeks, but it was just like they were just like no, and so I had to like take on some loan money, and luckily the lady from University of Virginia got me a bunch of financing through University of Virginia, which was crazy that this university that I'm not even a student at, but like it's weird how they try to own it, like it's mine, and I'm like,
I wonder how that works. Like I wonder if that's a state thing or I don't know.
Does the state pay the university and then the university divvies out the money?
Yeah, I wonder how financial aid works if that's a per state thing. I don't know. Well, interesting.
Yeah, and the lady on the phone was like, look, I've had people from LA, from that state. Like, it's normal. Like, every university I've dealt with, I've never heard of. I've been on the phone with them for hours, and I don't know what's going on with them.
She just didn't like you, Jay.
She was just like, look, I don't know what's going on over there at Fresno, but like, I don't know. I can't believe I'm having these conversations with them over your money that's been granted to you.
Interesting.
And I was like,
people at Fresno are probably like, we're the Central Valley. We don't get shit. We're not giving anything away.
Well, and you know what? Dude, it's fucking business, man. This is what I got out of college. I love the experience that I had, and I love the connections that I made. Lifelong connections that will ultimately set me where I need to be. I'm sure of it. But it's like, because I got financial aid there too, and it's like they're charging you room and board, and they're charging you all these fees, right, for shit that you're not even using. Like I don't stay there. Like I live in my own house, but they're still charging me for this, and it's like it's a fucking business, man. And these business relationships on a grand scale that we can't even comprehend, and I mean we're getting a dick from all different directions.
Well, university.
Well, I don't know if it would be a business that operates that way. I think that's just how government operates. Like, they are probably having to jump through these hoops to get their funding to give you financial aid. So they're going to say that you live on campus. They're going to say that you're eating in the cafeteria. That way they get their money and you get yours too.
Yeah, right. And I think you're right, Colby. And you know what? It even because if you buy books on campus, they're fucking super expensive, right? So everybody goes online and buys their books. But I always, like, I don't know why, I just felt like, Sac State is giving my man education. I love it here. It's a great school.
You went and bought a sweater, didn't you?
Yeah. Right?
Did you have a sweater? Sac State sweater?
Of course I did.
Did you get the hat too?
No. But
what about the big number one?
But
finger?
I got the tie and I got the cufflinks.
Oh shit, you got deep in it.
But I would buy all my books there because it was like, well, I'm just gonna put my money back into this school because that's the school I'm going to. I have some pride in the school. I like this school, and so I would just buy the books there.
Wow. Like, see, I was like, I'm paying you motherfuckers enough money. You're already ripping me off. Now you want to sell me an overpriced shitty sweater? I can make my own for cheaper.
Oh, dude. Well, you know what? It was just I don't know. Maybe it was just too proud of a moment. But bought my mom a sweater. Bought my kids a sweater.
Well, I think that's similar to like people around here supporting small businesses.
Right.
Like going to the local hardware store or going to the local restaurant and picking up food every once in a while, just to because they're people in your community and you want them to survive this whole thing. So you do what you can.
I would definitely get a hardware store shirt.
True Value.
True Value Hardware, bro.
True Value.
True Value.
I was in there yesterday.
Nice. Same guy?
Huh?
Is it the same guy that runs it?
He was there all the same old guys in there. Some young dude helped me out, but
that's amazing.
Yeah, the same old guys in there.
That's Lindsay.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Right next to the theater.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of going back on
the theatrical theater, not the movie theater.
Yes, there you go.
The old school one.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of have this T-shirt dream because I love T-shirts, as you can tell. But like, I want to buy all the junior college T-shirts from around the nation. Just rock like a new junior college every day.
You want to have a PC pirate shirt?
Yeah, I just don't. I keep it just junior college.
COS Giants.
Oh, I love it
because no one knows about those, right?
Portable college, baby.
No.
Kobe learned sign language there, bro.
That's fucking.
No,
awesome.
I took that class with Chep and Anthony, and the teacher worked at like 4 different colleges in the area, and so we'd have to drive from Fresno to teach our class, and he was always like well over an hour late.
Wow.
So like I was like, oh, I'm not waiting anymore, and I took off, and I forgot to drop the class. That's the only F I ever got while doing college classes.
I did that my first semester at COS. I just stopped going and got all these Fs.
Yeah.
And I kept my GPA down forever.
Yikes. That's tough. Yeah, interesting. I used to go to the fucking
the last class that I took was at COS, and I had dropped like health and whatever else I was taking, and only would show up on Fridays for what was that? Theatrical history, Jay? I think you took it too.
Cinema arts.
Not with me. Cinema arts, yeah. It was just a super old dude that would play these old movies, and you had to write, a summary of the movie and answer like one sheet of questions.
That's an awesome
class. So I'd show up super baked with snacks in my backpack and would sit through this class. I'd probably write up my summary like within the first 10 minutes and just sit back and watch a movie. And then I'd probably go to your house, Nick, on the north side after that.
Nice.
Yeah, everyone would fill out the paper. Like, you get the gist of the movie. It's an old movie, so you know where it's going.
Right.
And they fill out the paper, and then you just take a nap. Like, as fast as you can, you fill it out and clonk out.
I don't know. I opened up my snacks, I chilled back and watched the movie, and then went and partied.
When I was there was a whole Lindsay crew. I took it twice. I liked the class. I liked actually watching these old movies. But there's this whole Lindsay crew, Joey Robles and all them. They would blaze the fuck out of it and go in there and just pass out. Fill out their paper 10 minutes and pass out for another 2 hours. But that class was cool because you get to really watch movies you'll never watch, like just for fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
I took a documentary class like that.
Oh yeah, that's probably
same
tight.
shit. We just go watch these mini docs and fucking write about it.
Yeah. Any movies that stand out, Kobe, from that class?
Casablanca.
Okay.
It's a good one. Morocco, right? Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yep.
Yeah.
When the Nazis were coming in, and he was kind of like a underground type guy where he could get you whatever you wanted. He ran a nightclub, and I think he helped smuggle somebody out towards the end, right? They're on the little runway back when you used to be able to go onto the runway and say bye to people.
Yeah, I can't really remember Casablanca too. I remember like the scene. They're in that like bar lounge or hotel or some shit, like a big part of it. But the one I remember was with John Wayne, Flying Tigers, and it was about it was like World War II, about them being pilots, fighter pilots. And what was cool is like the old man will like tell you, because he's obviously spent his whole life studying film, but he like it was black and white, so you see the blood when they get shot in the plane and stuff. And he was like, it was Hershey's chocolate, like
shit.
you know, like the drizzle, so it looked like blood because it was black and white, so it didn't really matter. So I was like,
It's
oh,
dark.
shit. Just little cool little things like that. I like. But Flying
I
Tigers.
think all those movies were that old man's movies.
Oh really? Yeah, that's because
Like he collected film.
I bet we can't find some of those. I guarantee
wow.
you. I'm sure Flying Tigers is easy because John Wayne.
Interesting.
But I'm trying to think of some. There was like some Amazon one, like the Amazon women, and it was like,
Yeah.
Do you remember that one? And there's the hot chicks, and like they just like capture you for like.
Which was probably super risque back then because
They
you
showed
could see their size.
Yeah, fucking badass class. I think that guy actually. There was multiple teachers, but the old man, I think he got cancer. I'm not sure what happened to him, but I think it wasn't that great. Like I think he was on the end.
Oh, that the professor?
Yeah, I don't know if he's around anymore.
Okay.
But
Well, shit, that was like
12 years ago or something.
at least 12 years ago, so I'm sure he's passed because he was old then.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He was he was a good teacher. Like he gave you some knowledge, like you said with the Hershey's chocolate and stuff like that, little things you would never know.
Dude, he was in it. Dude, there's this YouTube channel I follow. Fuck, it's like the drunk Scott. It's like some Scottish guy or Irish guy. Is like the drunkard something. Sometimes I'll follow podcasts on here just to make connections. I'll put like drunk podcast, comedy podcast, high podcast, you know. And this guy came up, so I watched one of him doing he just gets drunk and he like does background on these movies and he watches it drunk and like or drinking and just like gives you all the details of the bullshit that went on behind the scenes. And he did Apocalypse Now. And dude, I didn't realize they had real bodies at one point on the fucking set. They had it took like 3 years
Like
to make
real dead bodies.
Yeah, so apparently some like guy, where were they shooting it at? The Philippines, I think, but it's supposed to be in Cambodia, Vietnam and Cambodia. And the end, this famous scene's in Cambodia. And have you ever seen Apocalypse Now?
I guess not. No,
classic.
I'm thinking about Apocalypto. That's not the one.
No. It's way before that. But it was Stanley Kubrick, I think. And then the guy who played the Godfather, what's his name?
Oh, what's that guy's name?
The main Godfather guy. The famous actor, Marlon Brandon. I'm messing up his first name.
And what was the name of the guy that was part of the cavalry?
The Sheen. One of the Sheens, right?
No, it wasn't a Sheen. He was in Lonesome Dove. He was in We Own the Night.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bald-headed guy.
I can't remember, but
he was in Colors.
I don't know, man. But
I have no clue.
I don't know half those movies you mentioned. But they talked about that. Yeah, like some like Filipino guy or something like stolen from the morgue or something, and then got a bunch of money from them and put on the set, and then like the government came and shut him down.
Wow.
And like all this drama that Marlon Brando apparently this time like was like fuck acting and he ended up being like disappearing on some like badass island with this like native chick from somewhere. We were shooting a movie and fell in love with her, and he just would be like, he didn't even read the script, and he showed up all fat and overweight, so they had to like, he's supposed to be skinny, so they like, that's why the scene with him is so dark. But this guy just gives details. I'll have to put it on like Instagram or something. But this guy is fucking great, dude. The breakdowns he does,
all drunk.
I love hearing the like behind the scenes bullshit. That
That's the best thing to watch.
You know how hard it is to run this podcast? Imagine a fucking movie with extras and planes and helicopters and explosions, especially before special effects.
Right. Super pissy actors.
Super what?
Right? Super pissy actors.
Egomaniacs.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like Stanley Kubrick, I think he had multiple people had heart attacks. and then they ended up filming, and then when he went to edit it, he realized it was all fucked up, so he tried to get the crew back over there in Philippines, so half of them didn't want to come back.
Nice.
Like it was insane how they did it.
That's nuts.
It was great. It came out fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's an awesome movie.
And it's amazing now how you can produce a low budget film with fucking minimal equipment. It's amazing the transition.
Like how much did it? Well, it's not even now. Like think about how cheap it was to do the Blair Witch Project.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
What is that? 3 to 6 people.
Yeah. Right. And it was a fucking huge hit. And what's that movie? District 9.
I still watch it and get scared.
I haven't watched it in a while. I gotta watch it. Yeah, District 9 about South Africa.
Yeah, right. That was a low budget movie.
You know the hidden meaning behind it, right?
Uh-uh.
So District 9, there was I don't know if it's actual District 9, but that's when the townships and apartheid happened. And that one just they mimicked it, but they used different storyline obviously, but
Okay.
it had this like underlining apartheid meaning in it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty dope.
So the South African government at that time that Jay's talking about had figured out how to put like quaaludes in powder form, and they would spray them around these townships to calm the I don't know the political term to say, but basically the black Africans down.
Wow.
Is what, like, and so now, basically, quaaludes are gone as far
Yeah.
like you can't get them here in America.
They don't make them.
But in Africa, they're still taking them because it made a whole generation addicted to quaaludes,
Mm.
and the government was spraying that on them.
Wow.
Yeah, never heard of that. There's one, but
That falls in
I
line
went
with-
through.
That
I drove
falls in
through.
line with District 9.
I drove through a township and they didn't offer me any, so I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, that was an
You're
intense
up there.
movie.
I wanted to
District
do a
9 was
lewd.
nuts.
Yeah, but because I think it was basically like he turned into an alien, like he was against them to
Right.
contain them, and then he turned into one, and then he was like, "Fuck, no one's gonna." I see their other side now, and I think it had to do with like Afrikaans, the white South Africans becoming like the black South Africans, and like seeing it from their
They
point of view.
feed the aliens cat food.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Crazy. They had a spin-off off of that, right? I think there was a second movie that came off of that.
If there was, I didn't watch it
Because I think that was like a film festival and they won.
Oh, probably because it had all like foreign actors. So I'm sure it was not pushed a lot here, but it got huge. Then it became everywhere, right? But Colby,
Yeah,
have you seen Peanut? We were talking about the Peanut Butter Falcon, whatever movie with Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, dude. I
Fucking
bought that
awesome,
on DVD
right?
because I live off the grid and I have to watch DVDs like it's 1999.
Let's party like it's 1999, bro.
Yep.
But yeah, it was like, oh,
No, but that's such an awesome movie. And then I watched the special features about how the writers for that movie wrote that movie for that Down syndrome guy that plays in it.
okay.
And because they were like at a Down syndrome camp, and he was like, "I want to be a movie star. I want to do a movie." So they wrote him that movie,
Tight.
which is awesome.
Well,
Right?
I don't know. I never heard that, but makes sense because that's kind of what the movie's about, actually, is like helping him get his dream.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and how society wants to like not help. They think they're helping him, but they're really making him a pussy and a bitch, basically. But there's a scene in the movie where I watched that and I'm like, I gotta fucking watch this movie. And it was so Shia LaBeouf is like this criminal kind of runaway depressed guy, has his dark past, right? And then
Yeah, his brother died.
he killed his brother drunk driving, and then this guy escapes the old person home with Down syndrome, and they happen to come together and meet and become friends, and they're just like on the run, like in Louisiana or I don't know, some like southern area, just like in like the woods and sticks and on the river, and there's a point where the Down syndrome guy can't swim. And he's like a no nonsense redneck guy, the other Shia LaBeouf's character, and he's like, hey, we got to cross this river. I know you can't swim, so I made you like a fluid device with like trash bags and all our clothes in it. Hang on that, and I'm gonna pull you with the rope across the river and swim across the river. And then he goes, hang on that because I don't want you dying, and if you die, then I got to check the bottom of the river, and I don't want to do that shit. So just hang on that, right? Let's go. And he starts, and the guy goes, hey, well, am I going to die? And he's like, yeah, you're going to die someday, so make sure you have a good story. Now, don't be a bitch. Let's go. And I was like, I got to watch it because I love that shit. When people are like, I hate when people give in to like their fears, It's like, you're going to die. Just go. You'll be all right.
You are a rough motherfucker, Jay.
Well, I believe that like the person I wanted to watch it, they have a problem with giving into fear. And I'm like, man, like there's one thing I learned in life. I haven't learned a lot, but it's like, if you give into fear enough, it's not going to be a fun life, and you're going to you're going to have the self-hate, I think, at the end of your life. I don't know, but
If you always give in to fear, you're not brave.
exactly.
Because everybody gets scared, but it's the person that stands up to that fear and pursues that is brave.
Yep, absolutely. And fear fucking makes us grow as people, I mean, it's a good thing in that sense. So, interesting.
Well, shit, Colby, anything else from you?
Well, I was going to say about the whole, make a good story. It reminded me of Jason.
Okay.
And how we used to go up to the river, and we would park up the river and just hike all the way down that thing and swim in pools and stuff like that. But you always had to jump into the pool. And we never knew if there was a rock in there. So Jason would always jump first. And most of the time it worked out pretty good, But every once in a while he would jump in there and be like, don't jump right here. Don't jump right here. There's a rock right here.
Yeah, I remember, yeah, and
Oh, man.
kind of jumping off that story, remind me of a different story of facing your fear, and happened to go with that story of not being able to swim. Is my best friend in high school, Salvador Estrada, and he couldn't swim.
Oh, yeah.
And we took him to Angel
I remember this
Falls,
story.
and we would jump in, and it was like, like 40 feet or something, I don't know. And you would jump in over this waterfall, and it was just a little pool down there, not that big, right? And yeah, it would, some people would be scared, but a lot of people jumped. And he was like, I don't know how to swim, but you guys look like you're having so much fun. And my brother was there, and he's like, jump in, I got you. It was like pretty crazy because you could even go like down, like if you don't go over to a rock, you'll fall down that little stream.
People die in that river all the time.
Yeah, people have been helicopter lifted out of there due to emergencies and
lucky.
stuff. So he jumped in, and my brother jumped in after him. And I remember I think my brother came up and was like, "Oh fuck, I don't know where he's at." And went back under and grabbed him, and then pulled him out. And he was like so overjoyed with like the experience.
Oh, damn.
I was like, "Dude, you have
Yeah,
bigger
he
balls
was,
than
he was
all of
having a
us."
blast.
Right?
The rest of us were stressed out, but he was having a blast.
Yeah, it's like, damn, you got to be ballsy not to know how to
That's
swim
a-
and
hey,
jump off a cliff.
That is a test right there.
Yeah.
'Cause I've seen so many people go to that line and just like, fuck, I can't do it.
But after this podcast, everyone goes to the river and dies.
Don't do this at home.
It.
Dude, those are some of my best fucking memories, dude. Is going out there either during high school, after high school, and fucking, doing exactly that, Kobe. Climbing down that fucking mountain, going to Peaceful, Angel Falls, and jumping off the rocks, man, and fucking having a blast. Damn, good times, man.
And then you'd have to take a shit, and you'd have to like go downriver.
Yeah, pretty
Use
much.
leaves to wipe your ass.
You got to poo first, man. You got to poo before you go.
You definitely got to do that, right? And then that burger joint on the way back home. Oh, that was.
Yeah, the Burger Shack in Springville.
Yep, exactly. Damn, good times. R.I.P. Jason, man. Shit.
Yeah, sure.
Missed that guy, man. Fuck. Those are good times. That's shit. We've been on for a while, Jay, and
Should we wrap this up?
we should probably wrap it up. But it's been fucking.
Yeah,
great
you probably
talking with
should.
you.
I've been on the phone for 51 minutes, so we should probably wrap this up.
All right. Well, Kobe, thanks for calling in. Hey, we'll have you calling some other time too.
Hell yeah, I love
right,
this.
cool.
All right. See ya.
All right,
See you,
take it
Colby.
easy, guys.
All right. Cousin Colby calling in.
Cousin Kobe, that's Cowboy Kobe.
Cowboy Kobe.
Dude, that was felt good to have someone else on.
Yeah.
And,
Have you talked to him in a while?
Oh, I haven't talked to Kobe.
Okay.
Fuck, months.
I was messaging him
For
right before the
watching
podcast
with
went.
us.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Live.
Yeah. That
Courtney,
was kind of cool. Did anybody have
record
anything
Friday,
on there?
maybe live, maybe
Questions
not,
or
but we'll
no?
definitely have
Okay.
another episode
Okay.
out Tuesday if we don't start.
Well,
Maybe we'll start
guess
doing this
that's a
live
wrap.
shows just every
All right, well,
Friday or
thanks
something,
for,
or Saturday, and probably better to do it not on a weekday. Maybe if people could listen from work. But anyways, thanks for watching, and please subscribe, and have a good rest of your Tuesday, bitches.
Peace.